So let's just start the stream, get this going. Having a rum and coke. You having anything?
I grabbed a vodka and water with a little bit of Red Bull. A little bit of a
Oh,
Bang. But I just started
oh,
drinking it, so.
nice. Okay, looks like we're live over here. Okay, so we're good there.
Yeah, I got the notification.
All right, let me go ahead and start a new game. I'm gonna put on an easy just because I'm gonna be drinking, and that might make the game hard.
Yeah, plus with streams, I think like it works better when people get to see more, as much of the game as possible.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. This is gonna be interesting to see how this one. Okay, anybody?
Oh, I'm such an idiot. I went to Historic Nerd Live.
Oh, my other channel.
Yeah, your other channel.
I should.
Dude, there's been so many times that like, especially at first when you were like, like every week putting like one or two of videos on there.
Oh,
It would come up Historic Nerd Live, and I'd be like, why is he in streaming at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday?
that's funny. Let's see. Let me exit out of that. Okay, looks like some folks in the chat. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get started, shall we?
So this is like an FPS or a...
Yeah, it's an FPS game. Now, is there actually any game audio going on here?
I don't hear it.
Yeah. Hey, old boy, how's it going? Okay, let's do that. Let's just click over. There we go. Now we got. I was discovering that this game is really difficult to turn down for some reason.
Mm.
Like it wasn't letting me lower the audio. It was really odd.
I don't think there's still any audio coming in through from on stream from the game.
Oh, there should be now. I clicked off.
Come on, come on. Where are the others? Where's the rest of the resistance?
No.
Not hearing it?
I don't know.
No.
Hmm.
No!
Oh yeah, it's coming through. It's
Yeah.
just really low.
Oh, I can turn it. I can turn it up in here in a minute. Let's see how this goes. Hey,
Is there
Gabber.
no music? I mean, I hear the guy like talking.
There's no music right now. Yeah, it's just,
Oh, okay.
they're just talking. You should hear like laser blast or whatever. Hey, what's up?
I like crotch shot up the Terminator. Why?
I'm through.
It's an interesting choice that they went with no music here. Who made this game? Do you know?
Ironically, the same studio that made that Rambo First Blood game that everyone hates. Like that's really bad. Like they made this one. I can't remember the
I've never
studio's
seen
name.
it.
It's like a really really bad game.
By the way, Ian, we can see your start bar.
Oh yeah, that's because I have this in a. So the setup is a little janky. It's the only way I could set this up. So.
It's one of those where like OBS wouldn't pick up that it's a game.
Well, because I want to use my 50-inch monitor across the room, and so I'm running it through my capture device, which will only read it as a display capture. So, sorry about that. You guys get to see what stuff I have on my start bar. Hope that doesn't.
In this game, the taskbar is Terminator. Ian, your 18 notifications in Skype are gonna make people give people anxiety. Is what's gonna end up happening. But inevitably, someone's gonna be like, "Jesus Christ!"
Can you answer those, please?
They'll be like, "Check your Skypes."
Oh, you're gonna see the other stuff I got going on. Hey, Tex, how's it going, man? You got the notification and he's drunk. All right.
So I never heard of this Rambo First Blood game either. I'm gonna look up the developer, Terminator Resistance.
It's
Damn, it's 25% off already. This thing just came out.
Well, it kind of. I mean, like it's a small studio. It wasn't like the game was that. It was like a $39.99 title to begin with. So not one of those more expensive ones.
Yeah. Developer is Taeon. Okay, I've never heard of them. How did they get this license?
To be totally honest with you, I don't think. I don't think the Terminator game is a Terminator franchise license is that expensive based on the way they treat the property themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, they could easily get like a. I'm sure they could get a bigger developer than Taeyon.
Yeah. But like the funny thing is a
Taeyon,
lot. Oh, God.
developers of Warlocks versus Shadows.
You know there's a huge cult following for Warlocks versus Shadows.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone knows that the developer of Party Planet makes quality games. Okay, I gotta read you one more of these games that they made.
Okay.
This is the full name of the game: Crazy Chickens: Pirates 3D. What? All right. Anyways, I'm sorry. You were saying something.
No. I don't even remember. That's way too amusing what you were saying there. But no, apparently this is like a lot of guys are like raving about this game right now. Let's see. Rio Sabas talking about the honesty. You shouldn't stream this. You should enjoy it by yourself. Oh yeah. Honestly, I wanted to play something different for once, some retro stuff for a minute. I'm probably gonna go back and sit down and play this just on my own later.
Actually, Ian's new kink is showing people his Windows Start bar.
No, that is. I
So
am all about that. Let's see, kill or spider scouts? Interesting. Skynet made weird little sparking dogs. Interesting.
I mean, this game looks pretty good. It looks a lot
Yeah.
better than the graphics I'm seeing for Crazy Chicken Pirates 3D. I'll tell you that. It looks like it was like a shooter, like an on-rail shooter, for the Nintendo 3DS.
With chickens and ninjas and pirates.
You see, Ian, these appear to be chickens who are also pirates.
Let's see, WD. Hello, I love your videos. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. This is kind of a deviation than the norm, but I figured this would be fun. Hey, Jeremy, what's up, man?
I just cannot believe that. Ian, the developer of this game made a game called Florist Shop.
Florist Shop.
Then making the natural transition to Terminator games.
they must have like got like a, how do you describe it? They're like, hey, we did Rambo. Can we do your Terminator franchise? And somebody was just really drunk was like, yeah, sure.
It's like this developer it's more like, instead of Taeyon, more like Keiko. You know, really into flowers, but also might kill you. Hence the Terminator games.
Oh yeah. Now, Jeremy, if I add you on Skype, is your mic going to sound like
They're going to get
it's
us.
inside your head, like it was the last time?
You just won't listen. I'm not going. Leave me alone.
Old boy said, I was told there were CDI fans here. I'm morbidly curious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're both CDI
I know you're
fans.
scared, but staying here is
Yeah.
not an option.
Big
I'll
CDI
protect you and your
fans.
sister.
Want me to risk it and add Jeremy and see if his mic is psychotically loud like it has been in the past?
Sure.
Let's.
Your stream, buddy.
One sec, Jeremy. Let's see how your mic sounds tonight. Oh, and I tell you, so Jeremy ended up sending me.
Oh, he says he's not somewhere where I can talk.
Oh! I thought you wanted to.
I think he was just joking around.
Okay. Okay, fine. I was
But
gonna bring you in, but fine.
But he also said he's not using that mic anymore, so that's good news.
Okay. Well, I mean, like the mic sounded good. It just could hear everything.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the funny thing is, like, my brother gave me a bunch of scratchers for Christmas in my stocking, and I got like $20. So I'm like, I'm gonna go buy a bottle of rum with this because I don't know what else to do with scratcher money.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like, all right.
Like a scratcher's like a lottery scratch ticket.
Yeah, like the $1 ones, like the
I've just never heard it called that.
a scratcher.
Yeah, I've never heard it called that.
Really? Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
That's what in Florida we call the meth heads you want to stay away from, the scratchers.
WD says, my dad has a CDI. Tell your dad he's a good guy.
This is my son, WD Crib, by the way.
Someone said Scratchers is my favorite Kojima game. Snatcher. Yeah. But no, so far I'm digging this game.
It looks good.
I should probably click back on it so the audience can hear the sound.
I mean, I'm not surprised it looks good after all. This is from the same developer of 1001 Touch Games.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Jeremy, he sent me a new package of a bunch of like PS1 games, stuff like that he has. And he also sent me a big collection of Japanese exclusive ones.
Oh, nice.
I think one of them is like literally just a straight up gambling game, where like you bet on situations. So I think it'd be really fun to bring him, Jimmy, and you and Genovia, and just see if we can bet on stuff.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You can involve the chat in that too.
That'd be good, yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna keep this list of Taeyeon's games up because there's some fucking weird ones. But yeah, they've actually made a lot of games. I'm really surprised.
Oh, hey, Hosta, dude, how's it going, man? So wait, Old Boy's a game developer? That's cool.
No, Taeyeon.
Wait, what?
The people that made this game.
Oh no, sorry, I was reading the chat. Sorry, someone was saying Old Boy was a developer.
Oh. Of CDI games, I wish. I looked a little bit at the CDI like homebrew dev kit documentation one day, thinking, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to make some CDI games. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, it seems like torture making a game for the CDI.
Well, my favorite thing was when you were absolutely just trashed in that hotel lobby and we're talking to Modern Vintage Gamer. And I think you had literally sold him on the idea of porting Doom to the CDI.
I forget.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Chris,
that's right. Because I'm like, it runs on a 68,000, and with the the digital video disc or whatever add-on, that's a 32-bit RISC, and it has additional RAM in that thing too. I'm like, the CDI can definitely run Doom. I am convinced.
You said yourself that you heard someone on the radio.
Will it be the best port of Doom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, like you could probably just do an entire FMV run of Doom. Just record it and put it on the MPEG cart.
Yeah.
It's rail Doom. Get used to it.
Doom 2016 on CDI. I think barely runs on the PS4 sometimes.
Yeah.
Before you go, talk to Erin. She might be able to get you a med kit. Oh, and take this. You probably need it.
Yeah, Chris, it's completely normal to want to make homebrew CDI games in 2019.
That's a completely normal thing.
You know, if my channel ever like really like blows up, like let's say I got to like 1 million subscribers, I would just hold like a Kickstarter to like raise the money to buy the license to Thunder in Paradise, and then have somebody port it to a PC.
God, that'd be wonderful.
It can't be that hard to port because I mean, there's not a lot to the game, like gameplay wise.
I think the hardest part are probably trying to either upscale the existing footage or find a master of it somewhere.
I have a feeling that show is shot on film. Because
the 35mm, you think?
Yeah, because somebody had told me that Baywatch was shot on film, and it's the same production, same producer, same company, and everything.
Oh.
So it may not be that challenging to upscale it. I mean, maybe the special effects were like rendered to video or something, or to tape or something though, like Thunder.
Okay, this game is great.
So yeah, I'm surprised this game is only $30. Is it just like real short or something?
Maybe, but also I think they're just not they don't have a lot of clout as a game studio, so they're probably just like, let's make a $39 game, and yeah, say why to heal? I'll tell you.
Are you telling me that the developers of Pet Hotel Tycoon don't have any stake in the
You're telling me they don't have enough clout to to sell this game?
These are the same people that made Hubbard the Teddy Bear Holiday Island, Ian. They are players.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, is this the same the font that they're used for like the HUD stuff? Like when you pick up items and stuff, it actually even works as more survivors and you open the door thing. I feel like that font is in like a big AAA game, like a franchise. But
I
I
feel, feel like it almost looked kind of like Fallout a little bit, but not
maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
not entirely. No.
Looks so familiar.
Yeah, because apparently this game, like, not only does it have like a weird crafting open world element to it, it's got some other like deeper elements I would not have expected for a first-person shooter. But
So,
yep,
how do you feel about crafting in video games?
I'm not into it.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just a lazy game person where I'm like, I just really want to just steal people's things and just move on.
Yeah. Like I'd rather find the, bomb made out of algae and twigs than have to make it.
I have to put it together.
Yeah. Although I will say, like, the crafting system in The Last of Us was pretty good. It was like real simple and intuitive. I was like, and like Breath of the Wild, even sometimes I'm like, what? What do I mix to make this thing? Whereas in like The Last of Us, like it was really easy. Like Molotov cocktails, literally like gas, a rag, and a bottle. Like, and everything was only like 2 to 3 things to like make, and there weren't that many things you could even make.
Mhm.
But every other crafting system I've really disliked.
Tell Ryan I'll be back soon. There are still some places I need to check.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's a game where like the crafting system hasn't made me just be like, I don't want to work that hard. But no, kind of liking it. This like then again, this is the first time I'm playing it right now. Is with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks better than I would expect.
Yeah, I think this is way better than the Terminator franchise deserves. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But when these guys make quality games like 101 Pony Pets, these are real games that this company has made.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. I would love if like it's like some game company where like all they do is make mobile stuff, but that's like how they make their money. But then they're like every now and then they do a passion project like Rambo, First Blood. That's what we really want to do. We want to do it for the art, not the.
Dude, I mean, they've got games on like everything, man. DSiWare, 3DS, DS, PlayStation 3, the 360, Wii, WiiWare, bunch of PC stuff. They have one iOS game.
Oh, wow.
They got some stuff on PS4. This game's on PS4. So yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of impressive. I just remember like I don't know if you ever played it. It was like Terminator Skynet. I think it was like a first-person shooter for the Terminator that came out in like '96 for the PC.
No, I can't say I remember it.
It was a PC game. It was pretty good back in the day.
Come on, let's clear the path.
Wow, this reminds me of a good old duck hunt in the swamp.
Skynet, Chris said that Skynet's Todd Howard's first ever game.
Really? Didn't know that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so like Half-Life Alyx, is that really being considered Half-Life 3?
Oh, I didn't realize that was.
I mean, I didn't think it was either, but
I'm out of ammo.
today I was watching like Donkey's year-end video,
Mm-hmm.
and he like kept referring to it as Half-Life 3, and I didn't know if it was like a joke.
I think that was a joke on his part. I think because he tends to be jokey like that.
Right.
Get in. Go, go, go.
But yeah, I don't know. I think some people are considering it that, but it's definitely one of those things where you got to have a whole VR headset to really appreciate that game. But it looks good though, like based on the stuff they're doing. Like it's one of those things where I think Valve is tired of people like waiting for people to adopt VR. So like, all right, we got to start making games that make people want to do it. So
Yeah.
Half-Life it is.
Chris, no wait. WD Criv asked how much is this game. I think you said it was like $30 right
Yeah,
now.
it's
Right?
$29.99 on Steam right now.
I'm sorry, you cut out how much?
$30 on Steam, like you were saying. I was saying $29.99 for some reason. For only $29.99, you too can appreciate the experience that is Terminator Resistance.
Mark's about to pass out. I need to stop soon.
Okay, we'll do that.
So far,
So I'm reading that this is a prequel to the Terminator movie, the first one.
That over
Oh
there.
yeah, this is set in the future, so yeah.
She's a doctor of the group. Jennifer's a scavenger, and Colin, well, you can ask him yourself what he thinks he does.
I'm Jacob. I'm a private.
And all right, some of these characters look a little dead in the face.
A little dated. I mean, like, do you really, are you questioning the greatness of the people that made Pet Tycoon?
Got a message from me.
Like it's like his whole face got Botoxed or something. Like he doesn't move his cheeks when he talks. His eyebrows barely move.
To be honest, I'm not sure myself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a little uncanny valley, almost.
Let's get off the road. Pull up over there.
At least he blinks. I'm a little surprised.
I'm drinking a rum and coke, Tex. Let's see here.
We got some time on him, so let's
Yeah.
not lose our heads.
I'll be on the fucking lookout for Team Payne.
Aaron, you do what you think is best for Mark. I'll see what I can do about the bus.
Saturday video's coming along.
Might take a while, so
Good.
you look inside
I've been
and see if it's safe
kind of
to stay.
splitting my time between working on the script for the Nick Arcade video and working on learning, some Cinema 4D and After Effects stuff.
Yeah, I found Cinema 4D. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Like in terms of like animating, it's just you got to be really careful sometimes, like what layer you're animating.
I mean the biggest problem I've had so far is like I'll click like on accident on an option and it'll completely change something and I have no idea how to go back.
You're like, now what have I done?
Yeah, like even if like I reset, like whatever it was on the left hand side, where you can pick like different tools or whatever, like for whatever reason it won't go back. But yeah, it's not too bad.
That's cool. Yeah, you said you were working on. I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Kind of curious. Like,
Yeah, I kind of built that room that I was telling you about the other day. All I really have so far is like the floor and the walls and the doorway. So I just kind of put in like the other models and textures and stuff.
Oh, old boy 77 asked a really important question. Yeah, hell, will you be buried with your CDI? Well, I think you could probably be buried in your CDI. There's enough room in there. Enough room. Save money on a casket.
That's gonna be left behind for the world to enjoy.
Future generations for posterity.
Yeah, you don't want to be buried with the cure to cancer.
It's locked.
Everything is this game I will say is very gray and brown. It's one of those.
That's a very big theme of this decade. Oh, you gotta get here. Catch you later, Rio. So bye, man. Good seeing you. Let's see. Best part of Cinema 4D is you have a dimension to spare. It's if something goes wrong. It's 4D. That's
Yeah, Chris, I won several quote unquote several championships in wrestling. Would I be buried with any of them? They were all pretty generic. Actually, there was one custom like heavyweight title I won that was really cool looking. And had a really nice like red strap.
Oh, there's a lockpicking mechanic in this game as well, huh? Games have been gray and brown for 15 to 20 years.
For us?
Shit, I think Jeremy's right at this point.
Yeah.
Like that one blue barrel's really stuck out.
Yeah. My God, a color.
Since we're stuck here, I figured I'll go see if anything's creeping around the corner. You're looking for the resistance.
So at least this guy's face animation is a little better. Like when he's waiting to talk to you, he's kind of like moving his jaws a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Buddies.
They made
But
sure to
that-
they made sure to only have him give him one eye, so they have to animate one of them.
Oh my God, you're probably right.
Gonna take that M4 though. Yeah. That's an M16. Never mind.
Come in handy.
Well, you know, Taeyeon has to save their render farm to work on 101 shark pets, a pet carrying simulation.
You and I both know that's a masterpiece. But man, I'm just gonna say I'm digging this game though. I don't know. There's this one guy I follow. It's like G-Man Lives or something like that is his channel name, and he reviews a lot of like Doom mods and other things. And he was reviewing this game, and like he was like incredibly positive towards it, and he usually like rips on stuff. So I was like, damn, if he likes it, that's probably a good sign for this game.
Yeah, no, this game looks good, especially for $30, and I'm assuming it controls pretty well.
Mm-hmm. See, Ian, the guns there are all trash until you... Yeah, that's what I understand. You need the plasma rifle.
And even with the controller, right? This controls pretty well. Looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's what you're
yeah. It's
playing with,
actually
right?
pretty smooth. I'm not hating it. I thought about setting up like my wireless keyboard and mouse to play it, but I'm like, eh. My setup out here is really not conducive for that type of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Ian interested in making a video about pointing out all the things wrong with Homefront? Oh, God. But yeah, freaking Seven Beatles of Doom was posting videos in my Discord showing me all the weird modifications you can do to weapons in Homefront. And one of them was you take a 249 saw upper and you put it on an M4 freaking lower. And just none of that works mechanically in any way possible. And it was just making my nose bleed. You're not a gun guy, so it doesn't
Yeah, I don't
make-
know
yeah.
anything about guns.
Yeah, so if I did that, it would be like the nerdiest gun video ever. Just me like, it doesn't work because the springs aren't the same. There's not enough room in the housing. Yeah. You understand? If you used one, you'd understand. But yeah, it was just, Jeremy's got a big bottle of wine. Nice.
Yeah, the only guns I need are the ones attached to my shoulders.
Oh, yeah, those bad boys got registered in 4 states.
Yeah.
Deadly weapons.
Illegal in the rest.
So you get pulled over in front of my house. Cops like, whoa, you got to put a tank top on those bad boys. Each one.
Damn, even this white truck van is somehow brownish.
But I do love how this SUV here has... No, sorry, this station wagon has the wood paneling.
Yeah.
That's the future I want to be in. Yeah.
Oh, let me grab a beverage. I'll be right back.
Yeah, when you get back, I'm going to do the same thing. Mad Max and PS4. Oh, yeah. I never actually checked that one out, old boy. I need to check that one out. We're filling a glass of whiskey. Hell yeah, Gabber. Bob, crap. Just throwing the weird alt-right comments about the Dread SJWs. G-Man's videos are just a chance to say. Oh, nice. Oh, Merlot, nice, man. Yeah, I never actually got a chance to play the Mad Max game. It looked really good, though. Did that come out on PS3? Or is that PS4? So I've been down here, grabbed all that stuff.
Thanks for helping us in Pasadena.
So I'm missing 2. Okay, that's how it works. So 2 chemical. So I'm missing 2 chemicals. Where would I find that? That's interesting, though. Oh, PS4 is my max? Okay. A lot of PS4 stuff kind of... PS4 and PS3 in this last generation kind of run together in my head, for whatever reason.
Seems a repair might take a couple days. How's it looking inside?
There's a lot of supplies there.
Turn into a crossbow? Oh god, I have to look into that. That's...
Too much of a convenience.
Homefront just seemed way too ridiculous for me to ever get into them. It's like, North Korea? Really?
Don't have much.
Unifying somehow with the South?
Inside
Alright.
this crate. You feel free to look through and pick up what you need. Listen, I know that finding the resistance is your #1 priority. But if you stumble upon a set of tools while you're out there, please bring them to me, okay? I must have lost mine during the escape. Good luck out there.
Oh, it's this guy with no muscles in his face.
Hey, everybody knows when the nuclear fire hit, everyone's faces went limp, okay? She was
His
just
facial muscles stopped working.
completely limp. That's a byproduct of nuclear blast. It's just a known fact, okay? My lockpick skill's too low? No! Ah. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind entertaining the chat for a sec, I'm gonna go refill my glass.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Oh, perfect. The stream started stalling right when you left. So yeah, when I was talking about the games that this company has developed, the developer of this game, there really are some gems. I'm gonna post some pictures here for you guys of Crazy Chickens Pirate 3D, a game somehow made by this same company. But I just put a link here to an article with pictures of it. If my computer will cooperate, there we go. But yeah, so they have a bunch of like really lots of like pretty cheap looking games. They have made a lot of games, but none of these look particularly good. And I guess Ian said that he played a game. They made a Rambo game before that he played that also wasn't very good. That was somewhat recent.
Oh, sir, what was that?
Oh, thanks a lot, Tex Nexus. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm just telling them your deep, dark secrets.
Nice.
No, I posted a link in the chat where from a Nintendo Life article or review about it, about that crazy chicken pirates game, and it just looks so bad. And, oh my god, this article starts with, "This poultry is paltry."
That's a good pun right there.
That's good. That's good.
That's a good pun.
You wanna hate it, right? But then you're like, okay, it's pretty clever.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Does anyone have The Sims 4? Should I install it on my SSD or my regular hard drive? Dude, I haven't played a Sims game in ages.
I only ever really played the first Sims, and that's because I pirated it.
Oh, you like one of these crazy chicken pirates 3D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got into it, even though like I always watch LGR's reviews on The Sims though, and I'm like, man, this looks like, I don't know, like a nice way to just like kind of chill out.
Mm-hmm.
But I never bother with them. They're pretty relaxing.
Well, I found, to me, like what kind of killed it for me when I started reading that like your Sims can die of old age, and that's like a proper game mechanic. I'm like, I don't want to invest emotionally in these characters, and Let him die from old age. I can do that in real life. I don't want to do that in a game.
That's why, like, I won't play Mother. Like, I've watched a few reviews. I'm like, oh god, just watching the reviews. I'm like, oh, this story's gonna get me. I
Seems sad. Oh God.
can't play a video game that's make me feel.
This is Rivers over.
God,
Oh,
I
the
love the look here.
Yeah, I mean, the game looks good for sure.
I mean, for $30, it's pretty freaking good. It's like visually anyway. Like $30. This is
Yeah.
better than what I would expect.
It's gotta be like just a short game. I mean, they obviously cut corners with the faces.
Yeah.
You know, but that's one of the hardest things to like get right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, that takes a lot.
Oh
I get it.
shit! A Commodore CBM.
Bad Wrong Food said he did tell us your secrets though. We all know about those crimes you committed and the embarrassing week at summer camp.
No. God, not the summer camp
Oh.
one.
The stream just got to the Commodore Pet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm impressed. What's funny is I have one out here in the garage with me. It's kind of nice. It's got really good clicky buttons.
Do you ever use it?
It's got a popped cap in it somewhere, so the screen just glows green and doesn't do anything else.
Hmm. You should I feel like from now on you should start your videos like, you know, with an edited intro like you usually do, you know, talking a little bit, and then maybe you do like a little like voiceover intro, you know, like a normal video. Then it does a fade to you sitting at a desk typing on the Pet, and then you look up, oh, hello, like you've been typing the script.
Hi, welcome back to the Historic Nerd channel. I'd like to let you know I'm working hard on videos, but my editing rig currently can't do the graphics I need to do.
Like superimpose like, I don't know, like Windows 95 over the screen or something. Anyways, that's what I recommend. Oh, let me share the stream on the old Twitter.
The tweets. Yeah, the old style with the tiny keypad. I want to say, yeah, it has a small 10 key on the far right. I think mine's a CBM. It's not a PET. Characters use Nork as fictional racist slurs called North Occupy. Oh, weird.
Sorry about all the typing.
Just hearing you smash the shit out of that keyboard.
This, is gonna be
So-
this tweet's gonna be so good.
Oh, angry at them keys. Hey Rex, what's going on, man? Oh, certified BM. So it's the oldest console everyone owns. I think the oldest console I technically own is Atari VCS.
Yeah, that's the oldest one I own too.
Did you ever do
I
any
got a
Atari video? Oh, no, you did that Atari Balance Board video is the one you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I'm trying to think of the oldest thing you've done a video about.
Yeah, that's definitely the oldest thing. Although, I mean, like in my Game Shark video, I do talk about some really old, devices that Daytel had made for like really old like microcomputers and stuff, like cheat devices. But even those, yeah, I guess the VCS would still be a little older than those.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe by like only a year though. What's the oldest thing you've covered?
I'm trying to think of the oldest.
Gaming wise, I mean, I
Yeah,
know you have movies that are.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the oldest gaming thing I've covered. I want to say the oldest one I did was I did a video like years ago that was featuring a Screw Attack called like the military and gaming, where I talked about like the Atari Battlezone, the military Battlezone game they were working on,
Hmm.
which I think was like technically like 1982. I think is like the farthest back I've gone. But yeah, like
So nice that somebody left those planks there.
yeah, right. It's like
That-
run down that thing.
like the second set of planks, like they were like 4 feet long. Like, was that necessary?
Wait, what's Chris saying? Oh my god, dude, you're supposed to duck. I missed something.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm dumb. Oh,
Oh,
I just figured I couldn't go. Thanks, Chris.
uh,
Appreciate it.
well, I guess it is a good thing that somebody left these planks there for you to climb
Right? Yeah. I would have been like, how the hell do I get into this thing?
No, to be fair, like that isn't very obvious. And there's no. Oh wait, you do have a map. Never mind.
Oh,
You know,
man.
I hate map mechanics.
Yeah. But I guess like in terms of like the oldest thing I've covered in my channel.
Wait, Ian.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just don't
Oh.
want to. Can you not interact with those chairs, those school chairs?
I think they're indestructible. I think. Yeah.
Okay,
They
I'm
are.
just like curious where they've cut corners like in the game, because it looks really good, but every once in a while it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. There's
I'm
like
sorry. What were you
there's
saying?
like no physics there. I think the oldest thing I've technically. Oh, look at that! They're giving a class. Weak points. I didn't realize it. I think technically the oldest thing I covered was did that the first feature length anime Japan ever did.
Oh, okay. Man, you should make some armor out of those chairs then. Why don't you tell the camp or whoever it is that you're with about this new school chair technology?
Yeah, it's like I don't know why they were bothering with making weapons. They had these chairs that were just indestructible.
I'm really surprised that you can't interact with the chairs. Because this is like running on probably Unreal,
Probably.
and I think that stuff's like pretty much baked in.
Are you telling me the guys who made Pet Tycoon didn't understand how to code in physics?
Yes. What I'm saying is that the makers of
You gotta go scrolling down the list here.
yeah, I'm just like looking for like the worst ones. The makers of Cat Frenzy may not be the most thorough or adept programmers. I'm just saying they may not have their pick of the lot.
This game was made for $100.
100 Cat Frenzy dollars in-game currency.
This game was entirely sponsored our own internal economy of cat frenzy dollars.
Man, a lot of their DSiWare games look just like crappy mobile games.
This kind of
Like I mean, like
Mhm.
9 years ago, Android games.
oh jeez, that's got to be some quality game stuff right there. I'm just thoroughly impressed that they went from that to actually making something good like this.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Cat Frenzy was 7 years ago. These people have been around for a while. Yeah, I mean, it definitely. Wait a minute, they made a Sega Genesis game in 2014.
Really?
Hold, no, they ported a Genesis game to the 3DS in 2014. Steel Empire. Yeah, what?
Wait, Steel Empire. Which one's that?
I've never even heard of this game. I think it might have been it was released in America. It's a side scroll. It's a shoot 'em up. Huh.
Oh god.
Chris said, "Yeah, hell, you need to get in touch with them and get that CDI homebrew going."
I got the perfect port for you guys.
Man, if I thought I had the ability to within a year be able to like port some like some titles you wouldn't expect over to CDI, I would take the year off and learn how to do it, but I know I'll never be able to do it well.
Yeah, my question is, could you hype it like your X-Band video,
No, probably not.
though? Oh, man. No, I'm loving the environment on this one. I'm kind of surprised they went from doing that to this. I never actually played the Rambo game, but it looked awful from everything I saw.
Yeah, this looks good. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, do your thing. Well, nice to know it didn't detect me, so that's good. Yeah, just think what would Trip Hopkins do?
That plasma storage ain't a promising sign. Don't you guys usually destroy them on sight?
Oh yeah, I forgot you can take the supplies from these guys. Huh. Oh, so that's a mount for a bigger weapon. Okay. My AR is the loudest gun you own. Traditional consoles, I can't believe they'd ever go away, honestly. Just because a dedicated piece of gaming hardware in your living room just kind of, it's easier to deal with. I have to say, my Moisten Got and my Mauser are significantly louder than my AR. You mean the pitch meeting for Thunder in Paradise? I think it was probably some of those things where they're like, put a handful of cocaine on the desk, you'd be like, more. Huh. And have you ever rewatched the first episode of the 80s Shirtless? It's been a long time since I did that. God, I would love to actually have the money and time to do something like that and just port that game to every platform. Like, God, I know freaking Double Switch and pretty much a lot of those old digital. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Not Digital Foundry, Digital Pictures. You know, a lot of their stuff has been ported to new platforms. I want to say Double Switch has been ported to PS4. Same with freaking Night Trap.
All right, hey, sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, one of the cats threw up in here, so clean that up. Then there were a couple other things to take care of.
That's always nice.
But I think Lainey's grabbing herself some wine.
Oh, is she gonna hang out? She gonna join?
Yep.
Nice.
A real life woman on a gaming stream.
Never.
Who would have thought? Do you have the CDI hooked up or?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I think for my at least the next few streams I do, I'm just gonna keep streaming the Jackbox stuff just because trivia's fun. You know, get to involve the audience.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Gotta be nice if you could actually like get in there and then program your own just a bunch of CDI trivia questions. That'd be great.
There probably is a way.
Yeah, I'd say that rap one was not. I was like, this is not into this.
Yeah, I see how it could work. Like,
yeah.
if if you're playing with your, just your real life friends and you're not streaming, but otherwise, like, dude, if I'm watching a stream, because it gives you like 2 minutes or 3 minutes to come up with like your rhymes.
So you can bring up a rhyming dictionary and all that stuff, and I'm like, this is trying way too hard.
Yeah, it's like, who wants to on a stream just like wait and like watch people like? Actually, you can't even watch what they're doing. There's just a countdown clock.
Yeah, so it's not even like that. Yeah, I was not impressed. I was like, eh.
Yeah, so Chris is talking about how like those old FMV games like Mad Dog McCree got released on DVD, and about the nightmare of playing with a DVD remote. I think those are probably like a new on release, and they have like an analog stick on there.
Yeah, the new one had stuff like that, but there actually were re-releases of like you could play like there was a version of Dragon's Lair that came out on DVD.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen that.
I played that. I remember like playing that one at somebody's house, going, "My God, I don't remember it being this awful."
I guess it depends on the quality of your DVD player, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I guess if it's a more powerful one, it probably runs better.
Oh, and how do I switch weapons here?
Actually, there's a lot of like trivia games that got released on DVD. What we should have been doing is using Parsec and just playing those on a computer, like those DVD games.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I bet you it would totally work.
Where did my weapon go? There we go. Okay. Oh God.
What happened?
I was trying to figure out how to switch to my other weapon, and I blew myself up with a pipe bomb.
So, man, those tires all are using the same texture in the same exact way. So, like, they all have like the same
same sheen and glow and all that. Yeah.
They're all missing like the same. I don't know what it's called, like traction rectangle in the same spot.
Yeah.
I'm just like trying to like look for, because the game looks so good. I'm just like looking for like what they did to like where they had to cut these.
Yeah, where they were cutting corners and just reusing assets they had available.
Yeah. Which, I mean, hey man, kudos on them for like, because obviously they had a small budget if they did shit like that, but they still made it look great.
So how do okay, so that's my night vision scope here. That does that.
The tread marks aren't even lined up on these.
Oh God damn it. So
yeah, what games that you have been working on?
What was that? Oh boy, talking about the games you're working on?
Yeah, well, somebody asked him what he was working on.
Oh, yeah.
To know too.
Okay.
So that American flag against that building, it doesn't seem to like move with the wind.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But
well, actually, it kind of does. Or it may not. It might be a lighting effect they're doing. I don't think it actually moves.
I think it's just because it's curved and you're walking. I think it's an illusion.
I'll stare here in a sec for you. You'll see it. I don't think it's actually moving. I think it's a
yeah.
lighting effect they did.
You're
It's kinda-
right.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
a,
it's not moving. Yeah, it's just like they just have like a darker shade
it's
traveling
good.
through it.
It's a good way to cheat doing it for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Yeah.
good. But I was thinking that it's funny that it wasn't moving, but like the shrubbery on the ground is.
Shrubbery.
Yeah, what Jeremy said, it looks like it's static with an animation over it.
Hey, Gorilla Jones, what's up, man? Oh no, the flu. That sucks, man. Sorry, dude. Oh man. So you guys thinking of going to Portland in August this round?
Yeah, definitely gonna go. Well, Steak is coming, so
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still waiting for my my freaking drill schedule to come out for August.
oh, dude, we're gonna go to the so there's a PRGE swap meet next month.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Who are you talking to about that? It was
Riggs.
Yeah, yeah.
Riggs. Yeah, I think it's like January 18th. It's just like a 1 day thing. It's from like 10 to 4 or something.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it to something like that, but man, that'd be fun to go to. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and go in August for sure. But I might have to like do some like funky stuff. Or like, hey, can I do other things in August?
Give me just a second. I'm gonna do a quick switch on these headphones.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Okay. Like I said, very quick.
Oh yeah. All done?
All right.
Yeah.
What's the status on
I was
the
just
factory?
switching some stuff around for the
Colin?
headphone extension thing so that Lainey can listen in.
Shit.
I mean, this is no Thunder in Paris. Oh, babe, would you mind grabbing the over there? The cubby.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I can go. How do I do that?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Do you know how long the game is?
I
I
would say
guess I can look it up.
I think it's like an 8-hour game. I think
Oh, that's it.
it's got.
Well, that makes sense with the price.
There's my mouse over here to do that. Let's go. Weapons level 1.
Oh, Lainey's on, by the way, now.
Oh, hey, Lane, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good. Sorry, I was engrossed in a puzzle that I was trying to complete. But it's like 1,500 pieces, so it's not getting done tonight.
Let's see. HistoricNerd, can you send me some of the army drugs? So they don't actually do that. You just get just as sick as everybody else, but you're in an isolated population, so you tend to get over it, and then you don't get sick because nothing else new comes in. God, I remember.
I don't know. We recently watched BSG, and there are special government drugs to improve performance.
What were the drugs they were giving out in Battlestar Galactica? I broke up.
Stims.
That's what it was. Well, I mean, like during wartime, the U.S. Army or military will give pilots meth and stuff like that.
Wow, you should have been a pilot, man.
Right?
Then you would be
You cut out. What was
a
that?
scratcher.
You cut out.
Oh, then you would have been a scratcher.
Oh yeah. Scratch.
Then
yeah.
you would have been a scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're good. Yeah, I will say, I'm one of those people that tear gas and CS gas and all that doesn't bother me that much. So that was kind of nice.
The colors in this game, man, like that's the crabbiest yellow. Like if you take a shot every time you see a pastel color in this game, you will not be drunk. You'll be very sober by the end of the game.
Oh, nice.
But right, like you're outside and it's, I don't know, it just seems very dark.
Drab.
But this is very typical like of FPS as like the last like decade plus. So
Apparently, I can't climb a fence. That's interesting.
that's one of those things I like about like Halo.
Mm-hmm.
It's very colorful, despite being a little dystopian-esque.
Yeah, I could see that in Halo for sure.
Are you planning on getting any of those PC releases for it?
Not really. Halo, like I really gave up on Halo after 3 because I just didn't like Halo 3 that much. What? What?
Get out of your stream. Leave.
Ah. Wait, were you a fan of Halo or?
Yeah, I really like Halo. Although I never played like Halo 5, so maybe I'm not that big of a fan.
I don't know, like for me, like one of the things that like stopped me from playing it was when I played 3 and I was kind of like meh, and then I went and bought ODST.
Oh, ODST is awful. I agree.
Yeah, then ODST was like $70 for a 3-hour expansion pack. So I was just really pissed at the franchise at that point, where I'm like, you guys sold this as a full game.
I just thought it was boring. I played like maybe 30 minutes of it, and I was so bored. Like I had the intention of going back and playing it, but I don't consider it like part of like the main Halo games. Like I don't consider like that Halo's RTS game.
Oh, Halo Wars, yeah. Yeah. Oh man, my voice is going out on me.
But I thought Halo 1 through 4 were really good, and Reach I thought was really good.
Colin,
Yeah, I found excuse me. I picked up Halo 4 for 360. I found it for cheap. And it seems pretty decent. I guess I haven't really played it yet. I played a little bit. Man, my freaking throat. I hate this.
Microsoft getting to you for talking shit about Halo.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think, unfortunately, I caught like a weird little cold this week. And so it's one of the ones where like my voice will go out intermittently once in a while. It's annoying.
It's real good for streaming.
It's great for doing anything audiovisual. Like you're like sitting there trying to talk about stuff, and you're like, my voice is gonna crack. So it's great in that regard.
So you can't interact with anything in the environment, huh?
Not really. It's all kind of.
So weird.
I don't mind it because it's pretty clear to me. It's like, don't waste your time with physics stuff in this game like you would in Halo or Half-Life.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine. Like, and to be fair, like sometimes in some games, for me, it can be distracting how much you interact with the environment. Like, you're just walking by like something and you knock over some shit, and now it's flying in your way. It's like, and it serves no purpose. But it is a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at the reflections in the water.
Oh, wait. Yeah, don't
and
see
they're
yourself.
like perfect.
What's going on here?
God damn it.
This looks like the end level of Thunder in Paradise.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's just missing bad acting and colors.
Oh, Terminator just knocked my ass out. Oh, and stabbed Colin to the wall with a piece of rebar. Nice.
Good job.
I'm really glad they knew he'd be standing there when they busted the truck through the wall. Cortana became a Digimon. Yeah, I think it's a shame because unfortunately, like the main like Halo being the seller of the Xbox. And I feel like after they did the whole Halo 4 and then they did the Master Chief versus what's his face, the franchise kind of didn't really know where it was going.
Master Chief versus who? I think I'm.
Well, if you it's like a Master Chief versus another Spartan that's sent to take him down or something like that.
I don't remember that. I'm not saying it didn't happen because I'm like trying to remember like the storyline for Halo 4. And I'm
Oh
like, and
no,
I really
it's after Halo 4.
Oh, like in Halo 5?
Hours.
Yeah, five. I think
Oh, I never played 5.
I think it's
yeah.
after 5. I think even.
But not always, Steve.
Master
'cause I
Chief
never
versus
got an
Freddy
Xbox
versus
One.
Jason.
And the stranger cell is nowhere to be found.
I'm hoping that they'll end up releasing it on PC with
I
the
said
Master
that
Chief
she's safe.
collection or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But Jennifer suggested that right now, nowhere is safe. So we might as well stick together. Everyone
You think they want to do like some like light, discipline, and not have that shining into the darkness where the Terminators can see you? But yeah, okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
I'm just like all this light in the darkness. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Not that bad. I know that you're going to that.
Looks like your drink's getting gone fast there, Ian.
Oh yeah, I tend to do that.
Found something for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you go with your sister?
What is it that you're drinking?
Rum and Coke.
As soon as Erin heard that there were hospital nearby, she asked Jennifer
Nice.
to stay with her some medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, more Browns.
Tell her
Excuse me. That's great.
This scene's almost like in sepia.
Ryan wanted to talk to you.
Like an old timey World War I filter.
Yeah. Like somebody shot this on the Instagram app and set the filter to Western.
Let's go with those old timey pictures. Make sure they dress up in period garb.
I mean, there are scenes in Star Wars that take place on Tatooine with less sand.
Hey, they had a 10-color budget on this game.
It seems like it. You can probably. It doesn't seem like they're using a lot of colors.
How effective would a shotgun be against a? Okay, so I can put that in there.
I'm sure it's like any other game. Fine up close. The amount of like items you can have in your inventory kind of already turns me off. This game.
Yeah.
Too many options. Like Doom 2016, I think like did it right. Like you have some flexibility if you really want to get into it and like make a bunch of like changes and stuff. But if you want to just kind of play the game through, you don't really have to mess with that stuff too much.
Chris is recommending I break down the weapon at the table. Because apparently you can do that.
Ugh, fucking crafting tables, man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
Like I don't know. I feel like it's just like a way to like artificially lengthen the game by having you like collect stuff for these like minor upgrades to your weapons. I know they're not always minor,
You
but
don't stand a chance.
these incremental upgrades.
I think it works pretty well for this. What's the word I'm looking for? Genre, I guess.
I like how there's like a guy trying to sleep and there's two women just having a full-blown conversation. You've passed like 7 empty rooms, but they're in there disturbing.
Hey, John, what's up, man? I do need to set up a Streamlabs, that's for sure. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my drink because Lainey reminded me that I'm getting low. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. It was Laney, not your addiction.
Yeah, not my problem.
Yeah, I've been meaning to set up a Streamlabs too, but laziness. I never think about it until I stream and somebody is like, YouTube's going to take 80% of your donations or whatever ridiculous cut they take. So while Ian's gone, let's go over more of the games that this company made. I want to look up the Shark Pets game. Again, it's what I'm finding out is described as a pet caring simulation. So I guess like Tamagotchis. This one actually, I mean, for what it is, it doesn't look as ridiculous as the other one. So I can find a Nintendo Life article. Put that in there. But yeah, it looks like, okay, it doesn't look very good on second thought. Hellblade is amazing on Xbox One X. I tried it on Game Pass. I haven't heard of that game either because it doesn't have a CDI port. Oh yeah, actually, I did hear that this is good. I recognize the character they use, the woman that they use in all the promo stuff. I like how Hellblade has an age verification thing on their website, as if they're going into a porn website. I've heard. Oh, tell me. Oh, messed it up. Yeah, I think like this Hellblade, it's like a series, right? It's been ongoing for a while. Man, some of these pre-renders, it looks just like the actress. That's pretty crazy. Almost as good as the CDI. Oh, did you notice that Ian's chair is like this purple color? This very Barney-esque. I don't remember it being that color. This is the new gamer chair.
Does he have a sheet over it? Looks.
I don't know.
Okay, what I missed?
This is called Gamer Chair 3000.
Wait, what? Gamer Chair 3000? What now?
Oh, your gamer chair.
Oh my. So, fun fact, this chair I'm sitting in is like from the 1960s.
You don't say.
Yeah, it is like an ancient, like, and the best part is it's actually like it has a green cover on it that my wife's grandmother had like sewn for it forever ago to like make it more modern. But like the pattern underneath it is like this like pink seashell pattern. It's like a seashell, but there are multiple. It's absolutely hideous.
First of all, did you know that your shirt kind of goes with the comforter? Like you guys, there's like a purple motif you've got going on.
Oh, the comforter? It's actually more of a green share, but I think I have the chroma key rectum.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if it's green, how are you chroma keying it out?
Because it's a very light green, but I changed the filter. But yeah, so I have a little bit of a filter going on this, but yeah. And very directional lighting tends to control that pretty easily.
It just looks like you're doing like a very wholesome stream with your matching purple shirt and purple. At least on the stream, it comes up purple chair.
Let's see here. 1 sec. I can do. I think I can make this even more wholesome. Hang on.
Oh God.
Wholesome.
Like this. Here we go. You'll see it in a sec.
Okay. Hasn't come up yet.
Oh, yeah, you should see it here in a sec.
Wow, this is like pretty long. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. Freaking YouTube.
Yeah, I do need more Mr. Rogers sweaters.
Has it been cold over there in Old Boise?
Oh God, yeah. It's let's see, what's the temperature right now? It's 27 degrees. How's it there?
It's been like in the lows have been in the 30s, right? Like high 30s. Actually, last night it was like low 30s.
You get some frost on your windshield, but not too terrible. So
a couple days ago, actually, I couldn't unlock my door right away.
Oh God,
it was like it was like frozen.
Yeah, maybe you should invest in some electric locks.
But no, I could no, it would unlock, but the handle, I couldn't open the door. The handle.
Oh, I remember. God, when I was in Fort Leonard Wood last year, they'd have ice storms, and I'd have to literally like take my key and like cut my door open. Like I'd have to like chip out the ice along the door seam. I'm like, this is the worst.
Yeah, it's 40 degrees here right now, and I guess it'll be a low of 36 tonight. So it's not exactly warm here. Yeah, what is your girlfriend's favorite game console? You played some stuff. You played like Call of Duty, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I'm not really a gamer per se.
Mm-hmm.
more of a fan of gamers.
Yeah, but you play like
But
Call
yeah,
of
I don't
Duty.
know.
Which
Yeah, I
is
would say
weird.
probably like PS4.
You
I
mean
like
3?
well, I mean, I would say like PlayStation versus Xbox for sure. But
Yeah, okay.
I think it's more because it's like free. You don't have to pay for the subscription.
Mm.
As long as you have fine, knock you off whenever they want. Like,
No, it's not like that anymore. I think.
oh really?
It hasn't been like that for a long time.
You see how I play.
But I guess back when you were playing with your brother on PS3, might have been before they started charging for PSN.
Yeah, I think all of them kind of changed that.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a point in time where you didn't have to pay for PlayStation.
Those were the days.
But anyways, the correct answer was CDI. You have failed. Dude, why? Okay, so this guy is obviously like a reoccurring character, this NPC or whatever, and they made his face look awful. Like his cheeks do not move.
You gonna tell me you're questioning the people who made Shark Pet handheld?
Hold on. The people who made Bird Mania 3D.
You're questioning the people who made Bird Mania 3D and their greatness?
They're like, all right, guys, for the sequel to Bird Mania, how about Terminator King?
They're like, I got the franchise, the game rights for like $20 in a bet from James Cameron, telling us I bet we couldn't make a good game.
So 2 years later, they made a game called Iron Combat: War in the Air. Like what is up with the studio, man?
They just make whatever's gonna make money, I guess.
I guess so. And this looks like the art for the cover. It's like 2 anime-style Japanese women in I don't even know. I don't know.
They're sword costumes.
Yeah, some kind of like armor, and it's all very pointy. What is this? Very weird.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, old boy, yes, I am the one that spilled food on the ceiling, and it's finally cleaned off. It took.
How did you spill food on the ceiling?
I tripped while I was going to eat my mac and cheese, and it flew. I don't know. It flew somehow on the ceiling. Walter ate most of it, the puppy.
Okay.
But some of it landed out of his reach. And so I had to climb up and get on a ladder and stuff to clear it out.
Get on a ladder to clean your ceiling.
Now, I want to point out, I didn't see this happen. So I think she just threw some macaroni at the ceiling.
Yeah, how did old boy know that?
I think
we
we
must
talked
have
about it
mentioned
maybe
it
on
drunk
another
last
stream
time,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, at first I was like, I wasn't questioning how he knew, but I was like, why did we talk about that? Yeah, hello, how's that legal weed out west? Is it cheaper than in New England? How dare you imply
You partake.
How dare you? I've heard that it's very reasonably priced, though.
It's almost like when you cut out drug dealers, things get cheaper.
Yeah.
They have some good discounts too. Our work gives us a discount.
I'm sorry, what? Make sure you flash this card.
Some of the weed stores here give a discount to employees of our work. It's not like our work gives us a discount to go buy weed.
Okay, semantics.
Well, I just want to clear that up.
I was very confused about the
because it sounded right like our
comings and goings of a very corporate company in America. So I was curious.
I mean, well, we do get a lot of free alcohol at work. So. Every Friday now. They actually sent out like a freaking meeting maker.
Yeah, it's
a couple weeks ago.
Fiesta Fridays or something like that.
So they,
Fiesta Fridays or I
yeah,
don't know.
after
whatever.
coming around with carts of booze, they were finally like, "Oh, let's just send out a meeting maker so everybody knows what
Right.
time we're giving out the free alcohol."
Well, what's kind of funny is like the U.S. Army used to be very, very open and cool about everyone having alcohol all the time. And recent changes in our culture have made that unacceptable. And I'm like, no! Why? Bastards ruining it for the rest of us.
Some people just can't handle it, man.
Oh. No, they can't. And they get like harassment charges and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, you people suck. Because it was funny. I've been doing a lot of the archive work, like archiving old like National Guard stuff. And I went through this like one binder. It's like photos from National Guard training 1984. And like I open up this binder, and it's all these guys out in the field standing next to like bigger pieces of artillery, and they're all holding like Miller High Lifes and all a bunch of stuff like that. And I'm like, no, what happened? I want to be in that guard. What happened?
I don't
Why?
know. Miller High Life might be the most dangerous thing in that picture. Dangerous to your long-term health.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that the champagne of beers?
Yeah,
What
it
do
is
you
the
mean? That's
champagne of beer.
classy.
And this is a serious. So it took me. Let me rephrase this. It took me a long time to notice that the bottle is shaped like a little bit like a champagne bottle.
Oh,
Did you know that?
yeah, I knew that.
It's because you're very trashy.
Yeah, that's why I knew.
That's got to be it.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, Ian, why do you have so many Skype notifications that are like?
I don't know. I think it's
double life. He just like has like somebody send him random pictures of like, from a few decades ago, people in the military drinking beer in front of equipment. He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna save these for later.
Yeah, you drink that Zima in front of that tank. That's what scratches my itch.
That's my kink right there.
Yeah.
I tried to give him more, but it didn't work. I don't know. I really don't. I don't check Skype that often, except for when I do like live streams with you guys. So occasionally I'll get something else that will like add more to it. I think it's usually like if we add more people to the conversation or call or something like that, it generates a new Skype channel.
Yeah, and actually there was some time that I was
God.
like on a live stream with like you. It was one of those ones where like a bunch of people showed, like you, Jimmy, me, and I don't know, a bunch of us were like on there. And I got off of it, and when I woke up the next day, I had a shit ton of notifications because I guess a few of you guys were. I don't even think it was you. Maybe you had dropped off too, but like they were going back and forth like in the IMs, but it was like part of the call.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and because I had been part of the call, it just kept sending me the notifications. So, anyways, that was pretty interesting. I know, everyone.
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy? He's old boy so bored. He's like, where's Jimmy?
Yeah, he's playing with the Sega Saturn or something. Where is Jimmy?
Oh man, Jimmy would be perfect for a Terminator.
Oh God, yeah, he'd be great doing voices.
So Jimmy, have you heard any of Jimmy's impressions?
I mean, only his impressions of you guys. But
He's actually really pretty good at like several impressions, but he does a really good Schwarzenegger. And I know like everybody can do Schwarzenegger, but his is really good.
Oh yeah.
His Metal Jesus cracks me up.
Yeah,
And
pretty
he's
good.
the other Try from My Life in Gaming. He does him really good too.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Oh, there's a hacking device from Hack Corp. Like, what is that?
You know you had one of those from Hack Corp. But actually, I think in Terminator 2, isn't John Connor using like an old Atari Palm Top or something like that?
I don't know.
I think your mic just cut out.
Yeah, we're just talking shit about you. So
No, it makes sense.
no.
I would too, honestly.
No. Lainey was kind enough to offer to get me a drink. So
Oh, nice. Very nice of her.
Jimmy Sneaka is also. Oh, his Stika.
Oh yeah, his steak is
Yeah,
fantastic.
his Stika is really good too. Man, we gotta get. We gotta try to like stream earlier when Stika can like join.
Oh, it's kind of, I don't know, with Stika, it's a mixed bag because earlier is like still in the middle of the night for him.
Oh, okay.
So like
'Cause
I think technically it's like 8 o'clock, no, like
but
7 o'clock in the morning, and
he used to do his live streams like at 4 p.m. Eastern.
yeah, I used to jump into those all the time when I got off work. Like to sit there and chit chat with them. Those were fun.
Yeah.
But I think he, I don't know, YouTube was doing that thing for a little bit where it was like just punishing channels for streaming.
Because he's in Portugal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's 7:17 a.m. there. So it's like a 8-hour difference. So yeah, I guess he was doing them like at midnight.
Yeah, I think he was doing it like right after he got off work or something like that.
Kiwi said, "Hope y'all had a good holiday and relaxing tonight."
Oh, that's what's
Yep.
up. What's up?
Oh, Texas Nexus wrote, "A Dreamcast guy is a dipshit." Before that, Seventh Beetle of Doom wrote, "Metal Jesus for Dreamcast guy. Who is the bigger phony?" I don't think Metal Jesus is phony. I'll say that. I guess that leaves the winner. And then, you got a big donation. Easy054098 with the big 1999. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thanks,
Damn,
man.
that covered like practically this whole game.
It did, yeah, actually. How's it going? Easy, how you doing, man? 1080p, Dreamcast, you got it. I don't know, like the funny thing was, I remember like some people were posting Dreamcast guy stuff in this like Dreamcast Facebook group I'm in, and I'm like, why? He's not even talking about Dreamcast.
Wait, you cut out. Some people were posting. Oh, are you on that Facebook Dreamcast group that like somebody else took over?
Dreamcast Junkyard?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on that one.
I'm on that one too.
Why aren't we friends on Facebook? I don't understand this.
I don't know, man. You don't want to be on Facebook.
But yeah, it was one of those things where like I was on that and like this people were posting his stuff on there, and I'm like, why are you? He's not even talking about Dreamcast stuff. Why is he called the Dreamcast guy?
Yeah, and then the one. I mean, I don't want to. You know what? I will take the high road.
Oh, okay. Let's not talk trash about Dreamcast guy.
Oh, I don't care if you talking about trash right now. I'm just going to hold my tongue since feelings were hurt last time I.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You had that whole thing. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
No, I mean, I don't personally care if any of those people are upset with me or mad at me, but I don't need to cause anyone any strife. Because they can't do simple Google searches. I mean, whatever.
or bother to edit a video, like maybe reshoot the 2 seconds it took you to shoot that whole thing again.
And that's the funny thing. Like I didn't even like. Whatever. Anyways, so robots, huh? Man.
Yeah, the future fighting robots.
These look a little bit like the some of the droids that attack you in Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh God, I love that game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Have you watched Mandalorian yet?
No, I know that we have it because Lainey has Disney Plus. But is it worth watching? I've kind of like, I mean, besides Baby Yoda, like it doesn't seem like anyone ever like talks about anything else.
Oh God, I got no ammo. This is bad.
In any of your guns? Didn't you have like 20 guns?
Like yeah, apparently, but I like used all my ammo apparently, so that's great. So I'm doomed.
So Chris, not everyone has seen Rise of Skywalker, so let's try to keep it spoiler free. By not a lot of people, I mean me, Ian.
No, I've actually already watched it.
Oh, you have like me, maybe other people in the chat.
But I don't know, to be fair, I've already kind of given up on Star Wars as a franchise overall. So it's really hard. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, The Last Jedi to me broke me in terms of like caring about Star Wars, like where it could possibly go or what they would do with it. So for me, Rise of the Skywalker, they had some fun fan theories in there that I wanted to be true. So I was kind of happy about that. But I mean, it's not like a great movie or a good movie. It's just like, okay, I found it a lot more watchable. Like there was less for me to complain about in Rise of the Skywalker than there was in Last Jedi, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just like,
I mean, I didn't really mind The Last Jedi. But I remember you were very disappointed.
Yeah, but it
with
was
that.
like I went into Rise of the Skywalker like with such a low bar that I think it almost would have
Right.
been impossible to like for me to be like mad about whatever they did in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm using my hackathon terminal.
But Mandalorian's decent Q. He says that it's worth watching.
Yeah, Mandalorian's actually pretty good. It's more like just a western in space is how I would describe it.
All right. Oh, I was reading an article yesterday. I guess Gargoyles is on Disney Plus. I'm kind of more excited about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wow, this is actually kind of hard when you're drunk now. So it's like Frogger is how you hack in this game.
Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like Frogger.
Yeah, like it's exactly like Frogger, but I'm like, man, this is
That's
kinda-
kind of cool. Like the fastest Frogger you've ever played.
yeah, I'm like, this is a lot of stuff here.
So do you need to like go like in one straight shot?
Oh
to the
God,
middle part?
no! Oh
no,
God.
I think you just need to make it to that stripe line.
You want me to
So
move
you
Yeah,
have to go
yeah, yeah.
halfway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Apparently, I can hack it again. I'm just gonna beat this terminal to death. Oh my God.
So you always solve your problems.
I'm just gonna drink some more before I try this again. Yeah. But yeah, I think if you hated The Last Jedi, I think with Rise of the Skywalker, you'll probably have a good chance of just being at least more entertained. I think if you like The Last Jedi, I think you'll be very disappointed. And my voice is going out really
All
bad.
right.
And I hate that.
Welcome to Ian's confusing movie reviews.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good idea for a channel. Just
My convoluted movie reviews. Hope you enjoy these. Yeah, just No, I can't say. I didn't hate Rise of the Skywalker, so it's just not. It didn't bother me that much.
what do you feel did more? Oh, dude, that was awesome that you got through that thing.
I think I finally figured it out. You can just write it slowly and not be so overwhelmed when you do it.
That's what she said.
All right. I need to find ammo though. This is pretty bad. I have like no
I
bullets.
thought once you moved across that you were like stuck in the.
Hmm.
I see now. Yeah, this isn't really that bad.
Yeah.
So
But no, if you like Star Wars at all or you like Western stuff, I think you might enjoy Mandalorian. But especially if you like Knights of the Old Republic, I've noticed that the Mandalorian has a lot of references to the Old Republic in it.
man, that was a great game. And that's coming from someone
yeah.
who doesn't really like dig RPGs.
Well, you don't even really dig Star Wars that much.
No, I mean I like Star Wars. Like, sometimes if like TNT or whatever is like running it, I'll watch it even if there's commercials on it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I like Star Wars. I've seen the movies a bunch of times, but I'm not obsessed with it like I like Star Trek or anything.
Let's see here. Colin says, I never saw Last Jedi or Solo. I gave up after part 7.
I thought Solo was okay, actually. I enjoyed it.
I guess that Solo was just like a...
Not necessary, though.
Yeah, not necessarily, but like an okay heist movie was the only way I could describe it.
Yeah, it was fun. It went by quickly.
But it was just one of those movies that like was like, okay, nobody really wanted to know this, so okay.
Right. Like, I thought you know what? It feels like that should have been a Disney Plus TV show.
Oh yeah, I think Han Solo probably would have been much better.
Like, as a TV show, like him and Chewie going on a bunch of adventures for like 8-10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
that wouldn't have been bad. Yeah,
I did like seeing how they met.
I thought it was going to be more interesting than that, but then again, I don't know. I like to say this as a kid, I made the mistake of reading expanded universe novels, and those ultimately were just a gigantic waste of time. Because they're not only are they not really explained in universe or even continued within the expanded universe books, they just kind of. They don't even associate with one another after that. But then they've also been abandoned. So I'm like, eh.
Yeah. Which I think that was probably smart by Disney to just say, we're going to get rid of the expanded universe.
Yeah, I think it would have been a good idea to at least take some of that, though. Like,
But
at
haven't
least,
they been using bits and pieces, but just like...
like, a little bit, but not well?
I tell you what, though, I think...
You did it.
I would have rather
Yeah.
Star Trek get bought by Disney.
Oh, yeah, I think
Yes,
Disney could do...
Bam.
I think Disney could do some good stuff with Star Trek. It's like, nobody's bothered by woke Star Trek. I think it's like... just go that way and just make,
You haven't been to the Star Trek subreddit, I guess.
what? God, but then again, like Star Trek subreddit, they've started like defending Discovery, and I'm like, I hate all of you.
I think it's pretty split. Because there's always like, especially like when Discovery is airing new episodes, there's always like posts that are like the subject will be something along the lines of, "Why does everybody here hate Discovery?" And then like, and there'll be another post, "Why do so many people like Discovery?" But yeah, it's weird. Like people like complain about Discovery being woke, and it's like, I'm sorry, have you ever seen Star Trek? The original series from the '60s.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that kind of funny. People are like upset by that. I'm like, but even then, like when they talk about like some people being upset about Star Trek being progressive, I'm like, you were aware that like in the '90s they had a African American captain, right? So I'm like,
Shit. Dude, like one of the episodes they did like from TNG, the Outcast, where it deals with like conversion therapy and like gender identity and like pronouns. Like, come on.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
what Star Trek has always been. There's that scene where Riker's in the shuttlecraft and he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure how to refer to you as she, they," and like they have like this conversation about pronouns. Like, that's crazy that they were doing that like in 1990. But there's two gay guys on Discovery, so it's obviously just trying to be woke.
I think it was like the funny thing was like that's not even what bothered me about Discovery. It was the terrible writing that bothered me.
Yeah, like the most offensive thing about Discovery is the writing.
Yeah, it's just like they don't even know how to like maintain an arc over a season. Like, oh, we have these 12 signals; they're all important, but we'll only get to 5 of them over the course of the show, and then we'll have to like cut them in really quick at the end with like no rationale as to why they're there.
Oh god, Jeremy's one of these Discovery woke haters. And look, Discovery's awful, but he said it was not. I'm assuming I'm reading this correctly. It was not woke for the sake of being woke, referring to like the previous Star Trek iterations.
Yeah.
This isn't woke for the sake of being woke, man. There's like a gay couple who have honestly the most normal relationship out of all of these characters on the show, and that's it. Like, there's a gay couple.
Oh, I like how this is the
But, like just once, I think.
so this is the T1000 from T2.
Oh yeah, Robert Patrick.
But no, I guess like there's so much stuff they could have done with Discovery to make it better, but it's just like Alex Kurtzman and like the J.J. Abrams freaking Bad Robot crew are just so bad at writing TV. And I'm just like, just stop what you're doing.
Yeah, but Jeremy, TNG season 1 was mostly like scripts that were going to be used in Star Trek Phase 2 for the original series.
Oh,
that they
yeah,
just
yeah.
added to next gen. Like the second episode of TNG, The Naked Now, is a sequel to the episode where they all get like space drunk in TOS.
God, freaking
It's horrible.
yeah, it made no sense to me. It was how did Data get space drunk on that one? Like they didn't explain that. Like his Data got that way.
So I assume that would have been like Spock's part, right?
Yeah.
And like Spock would have finally hooked up with like Nurse Chapel.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that's what because she was the one that always had the hots for Spock.
Yeah, that was a thing they did, didn't it?
Anyways, we don't have.
But I remember watching that one. I'm like, and I don't know if it was because I think I'd seen that in The Naked Now or whatever. I think I saw that later. And I was like, why is the android drunk? This makes no sense. But like
They explain it. They explain it, but from what I remember, but it's like an awful explanation.
Yeah,
like it's a one sentence basically.
Well, it made no sense because I think I remember it being like it was like through the air. I'm like, he's an android, he doesn't breathe, so why would that be? Like, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah.
Colin, you have the hots for Spock.
How about CDI games, y'all? I think you definitely need more. Oop.
Oh, I was secretly hoping you were like, I do have the CDI hooked up.
Let's switch to that.
Oh, finally, a fucking Terminator.
Yeah, I have no ammo, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to go. Oh, God.
I mean, can I make a guess?
Very... And he choked me to death.
Did he? It hasn't caught up yet, but why would he choke you?
He's like, I'm not going to waste a bullet.
Yeah, I guess. He's a very environmentally conscious Terminator. Does the CDI have good racing games? The CDI has actually that video racing game was okay, right?
I mean, like, it's very much like a Super Nintendo racing game, but yeah.
Well, I mean, CDI came out in 1991, right?
I think 1990. I think 1990,
yeah.
definitely, yeah.
So, it's in that era, and it's running on a 68,000, same chip as the Genesis, so, that makes sense.
Do I have any ammo? Can I craft ammo? Oh, God, no. Oh, no. It's going to run away now.
Maybe you can throw one of your 18 Skype notifications out.
Let me use that.
Your status bar at the bottom says you have 18 Skype available to you.
Let me use that.
And one Chrome and two envelopes. Maybe you can paper cut them with your 2 envelopes.
my Outlook. Oh, jeez.
I used to use I had an email client that I used for a little bit on desktop. Thunderbird.
Oh yeah, I remember Thunderbird.
Oh, old boys. The CDI does indeed have porn. Funny story. One time I was trying to find this game, which I now have, called Girls Club. It's a very innocent game. It's kind of like Dream Phone, like a version of that if you're familiar with that board game. And anyways, so I download what I thought was a ROM for it, what was labeled as a ROM for it, and I'm literally about to stream it. Before I stream, I'm like, because I hadn't even tested ahead of time because I'm an idiot. This is in my early days of streaming, obviously. I'm like, let me just make sure this game's going to play. That was my concern that it would play. Yeah, it was like one of those memory type games where you uncover tiles and you reveal like a naked woman.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Uncensored. And the actual real name of the game was Girls, Girls, Girls. I mean, it was a card game. But either way, they were like completely naked women in it. And yeah. And then once you look into it, there are like a lot of soft core porn titles, content. It's a CDI, so it's pretty classy, I would assume, babe. I don't look at those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I need CDI, my CDI itself is the CDI porn, as from my caressing.
Oh yeah, I saw you caressing it last week.
Yeah, I did see
Just
that someone.
learning more and more about you.
I did see that someone ported The Apprentice. Wasn't it like the Apprentice 2 or something like that? But yeah, from what I understand, like they did port it over, and that game is actually good. It looks really good, and it controls really well. Let's see. I don't know if I have any other. I think I've used all the funny game titles that Taeyon, the developer of this game, came up with. But here, I don't know how long Ian's gonna take, but I'll a little something for you guys. Is anybody else drinking besides Ian and myself and Lainey? Nope, it's the original. I haven't been able to play it because it doesn't emulate properly. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, hopefully it controls similar to the original. cheap Texas beer. Ugh. I'm drinking, what's this beer called again? Oh,
It's-
Starburst IPA.
It's from Portland.
Yeah. One nice thing.
It's expensive Portland
Oh, it's expensive.
craft beer.
So since it seems like Ian might be doing a little something more than making a beverage, leave a little link for you guys. Lainey is my girlfriend. This is a little video I made about my love for the CDI for a little collaboration with Top Hat Gaming Man. Ian did one as well. He actually posted his to his channel. I'm saving mine, I guess, for a special occasion.
This is the special
But it's
occasion.
unlisted.
Okay, what I missed?
Oh, nothing. I'm just feeling a little drunk, so I just posted my CDI clip video because I was not able to entertain the chat.
CDI clip video? What now?
The Top Hat Gaming Man.
Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, yeah, the... God, that's fantastic. That's art in the highest form.
What do you call that?
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm assuming I have to avoid the T-800s in this, because I can't really... I'm out of ammo. Gotta go through that. Oh, that hurts, yeah, okay.
So did you have a good Christmas, Ian?
I had a great Christmas. Yourself?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, so this guy bragging. I had a great Christmas.
We didn't have to work. We went the night before to go see these lights at the Botanical Gardens, which I thought were going to be great. And it was not. It took us maybe 5 minutes to walk the entirety of the Botanical Gardens.
Oh, no.
It took us longer to get in.
Yeah.
than it
Totally.
did to go.
Oh, no.
No, it was literally like 10, 12 minutes like in line to get in because there's a lot of people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were in and out like in 5-7 minutes.
Yeah, it was super quick. And then we're like, well, let's go get drunk.
Let's get drunk and enjoy the rest of our Christmas.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Derek and Grace, I saw they had posted they went to like a lights thing at a zoo, which is apparently good.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to that enchant one next time.
Planning to see cats. Yeah,
Oh,
Cats
God.
is here.
It is here.
But there's also the cat.
We can see the
I
nightmare
heard
fuel
it's
that is
here.
that, apparently.
I mean, I saw Cats a long time ago, like a local production of it, or maybe it was a traveling production because it was at like the Tampa Performing Arts Center. It sucked.
Yeah,
It's,
I heard this one is terrible.
It's a very weird play.
And I like plays and musicals and stuff like that, and I was like, ugh. All right, hey Ethel, glad you like it. I mean, glad someone's in. I mean, obviously it's been around forever. I mean, people like cats. Cats is cats. I guess I don't know. I think my real cats are cooler.
I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going right now because I can't really get past the T-800s because they could murder me. So,
Who was it that knew what to do in this game? Was it Old Boy or?
I think Chris knew what to do, but yeah.
I think he hasn't commented a while.
Barely Jeremy's finished half his bottle, so that's good.
Oh, I didn't even read some of these comments from Chris. He was like, "Yeah, we got spoiled because where was it? Because we grew up on the Next Generation." He's right.
Yeah, great freaking show.
Ethel asks, "Are you guys going to watch fireworks?"
Do they do those in Seattle
For
for the New Year's?
They do have the New Year's thing, Eve thing at the Space Needle or whatever, but I think it's like a few $100s at this point to try to get tickets for it. Like, we could technically work it, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, our company is doing something with them. I don't want people knowing who I work for. By the way, babe. Scott. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't know if you're a fireworks guy, and I'm kind of like they're cool like in person for like the first couple of minutes, and then I'm kind of like over it.
Well, you know what's funny? So, like in Idaho, where we have access to just about every illegal firework you can imagine. It's kind of like my neighbors. I have these interesting. I want to say they're Ukrainian, but they like really don't care about local laws in terms of like that you can fire off fireworks in local like city limits. So this 4th of July, they were firing off all kinds of mortars in my subdivision. And so I'm like, yeah, it's pretty close to houses, guys, but all right.
Jeez.
So I'm like, if I really like, if they're gonna do it, like, I don't know, I got kind of burned out on expensive mortars, fireworks this 4th of July, just watching them firing them off like right in front of my house. So I'm like, that's cool and all, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my garden hose out in case you catch my house on fire.
Hey, John Rogers. I don't think he's said anything yet.
Hey, John, what's up,
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
He said, just do what everyone else in Washington does. You have watch the New Year's thing on King 5. Actually, somebody at work today, Riley, said that to me about it. So I guess it's a thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll make our own fireworks.
oh my god.
No, like a crafting video game thing. That'd be gross. This is why you drink Miller High Lifes.
Well, I'm drinking wine. I'm very classy. I have my pinky out. But I have to work the next day, so probably not much going on. I mean, yeah, I can do something.
No, I don't like going out on New Year's Eve or anything.
Yeah, New Year's has been a really, I don't know, this whole holiday season, the funny thing, I had to go into work on the 24th of Christmas, even though no one else was at work. I was just there, as you saw with the tweets I was sending you, with me playing with my laser engraver. So I was like, why am I even here today? I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Like, I think anybody follows my Twitter, but I was basically burning images of Yahel with his CDI onto pieces of wood because I was
I showed it to her.
because I was learning the engravers things.
Dude, do you have that? I will pay you for one of those.
Yeah, man, freaking
I mean, unless you want to keep an engraved wood block of myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and
Look, if you don't want to ship it, I'll come down, drive down and get it.
He's very committed to
16
having
hour
this.
round trip.
just have a burnt wood with you in the glass of wine and the wood block. Oh, jeez.
Ethel, this wine, I'm not sure. There's something, I think I got it from Trader Joe's for like $5.99 a bottle or something.
John Rogers said, "I'm not the creep you hell. Ian is."
Oh, why am
Actually,
I the,
dude, like the
why am I the creep?
Sega Genesis. I don't know. I think he's just joking around. He's like,
I'm like,
"I'm a
why-
creep." Like, because he said he's been lurking in the chat all night. I agree, John. But yeah, actually, like a lot of the stuff you can get, like the Sega Genesis logo, I thought looked really,
Yeah,
really
so like I was doing that because I was curious about how the laser engraver would handle that like double swoosh in the Sega font.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like doing that one because I just figured, I'm like, all right, cool. So I got those settings dialed in, and then I'm like, I wonder what kind of an image I can do. And Jeremy Dixon actually sent me like a monochrome image of the one I had done of you with your CDI. So I think if I actually import the image I did from a base, the one with like the more colors in it, that the laser engraver could actually do it with more depth. So I think I could actually get a better image out of that. So I'm going to play with that.
$10 hard at work.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, for whatever reason, like the networking
He wants to
department.
get a Uber drive down there to get it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, like to come out. I got a bedroom. You guys are more than welcome to hang out at my house. Got an extra bedroom for you guys.
It's only an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
Maybe Walter can meet. How's your dog with dogs?
Oh, great. She's 9 years old now, so she's kind of like meh, leave me alone. But she likes dogs.
She was pretty good about the cats. Like she was curious, but
Oh yeah, she's like, it's funny. Like,
she was pretty good.
I mean, as long as a cat doesn't run, she'll hang out with them, no problem. Like, if they run, then she's like, oh, it's a game, and then it becomes this whole thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, maybe we can bring Walter, Lainey's dog, and Barker can chase him.
Yeah, I think she loved that.
Jeremy Dixon wrote, I've been trying to laser cut that image for a few weeks now with one of my lasers. In order for me to get access to lasers, get access to one of my lasers than Ian's laser, though.
Yeah, so like I guess Jeremy has access to those gigantic like steel fabrication lasers.
I'm just going to cut into large sheets of stainless steel. Oh my, Jeremy, I would literally use that to make a set or incorporate it into a set for my videos. Old boy wrote, also, I'm very jealous of you, Hell. Your woman seems awesome.
Oh, thanks.
She does seem awesome.
He's getting punched. For those of you who can't
She's
see
not
it.
even punching me, so she's not honest. No, she is awesome.
Oh god. So apparently I need to just oh god, guess got to avoid the
The Terminator.
No.
God. Now,
I think you just need to find a place to like pick up ammo somewhere and just go for it.
Oh, I think I did it. Okay, we're good.
So far, this is like probably like my favorite part of the game. It reminds me a little bit of Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah, where you got to like avoid these things. Can I save right here? Oh wait, no. You can't save. I got to go to the checkpoint.
It's alright. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time you've run into Terminators in a long time.
Yeah, T-800s. Yeah.
Oh shit, you're not out the building yet. Never mind.
No,
Oh,
but
you're
no,
fine. Here's
just
the guy.
saying though, like you guys are always welcome to come into Idaho if you want. If you don't mind a toddler bugging the crap out of you, yeah.
We'll take you up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like one of these like weekends since you get some federal holidays off.
Oh yeah.
Because I get all the holidays. But we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
No, you should definitely get together and have another like giant CDI stream. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was
for
fun.
sure.
People in the chat were like, "Wait, why are you guys in the same room?"
we're like, oh, it's special effects. Just don't have its touch.
I was just gonna say, "Oh, we've been roommates this whole time."
We've been friends this entire time.
Isn't Genovi pretty close too?
He's
he's
Southern Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can make it a thing.
Actually, we should go out to his farm or something.
Oh God, yeah.
No, his internet sucks. Never
Yeah,
mind.
apparently, like, what was it like? He can't even upload like. God, his stuff was terrible, wasn't it? Like his internet.
Yeah. It takes him forever to like upload stuff because of his internet. Like I think his down is okay sometimes, but
Sometimes.
I think his up is real bad.
no, I think his internet is okay, like literally at his house. But I think like where he sometimes, because he's got like 3 jobs somehow.
Oh God, yeah, he is.
Even though like doesn't need.
Yeah, I can see he's working constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, he keeps himself real busy. He does the auction stuff. He has his own like farm or what have you. And maybe he doesn't want all this out there. Maybe I'll just shut up. And he makes military grade weapons, okay?
He works for the makers of that thing you just did. What's the?
Oh God, the joystick
The
by the
joystick.
military contract.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying they stole the design because I want to reemphasize they specialize in lethality.
My concern with that actually, I did have a legit concern about it, but it was more so with like, hey, because I reached out to them about the video and they never got back to me. If somebody tells them, hey, somebody made a video and like they feel like I'm disparaging them and it might hurt their chances of like, keeping a government contract. I don't want them to like try and, issue like a copyright notice, even though they have no claim on anything. But of course, you know how like YouTube works. You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just cover my bases.
Frogger. Boom. Yeah.
Gonna let that turret engage that T-800. There we go.
Tex Nexus says he's jealous of everyone. All of you have CDIs. Well, Genovi's CDI doesn't work.
When did HistoricNerd's wife join the stream? She's very private. So I've actually asked her, and she's like, "Nah, I'm good."
No, it's my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's Lainey. Yeah.
Hi.
What we got to do is now that Lainey's finished BSG is tell Janelle that we're just going to do like a BSG stream.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Oh god, she'd love that.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Remember, like you noticed, like all the cup holders, the coasters that are all freaking Battlestar Galactica on my house.
Yeah. I sent Lainey a picture.
Oh yeah.
It's been back in the day.
Yeah, because like we had started watching it. Like basically, I was visiting you, and I had like put it on. You were falling asleep or something, and I just like threw it on,
Yeah, and then I was like, oh,
and you were
what's
like,
this?
and I put on like a random episode. Like it was like a season 2, like end of. I think it was the episode where like they rescue them from New Cap. I don't know. I put on some random episode. I don't remember. And she was like, "Oh, this seems pretty interesting." I was like, "Well, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch.
Don't worry, we're gonna watch every episode.
We're gonna watch it from the
now.
beginning." And then we watched like 2 episodes, and then
Yeah, and then it was actually really cute. That was kind of like our thing while we were like long distance dating. You know, like we would watch like BSGs together, like apart.
Like
you
we'd
know,
FaceTime
and then just
or
like
whatever,
comment
Skype.
on the show like while we were FaceTime.
but then I told her that you had to stop watching till I got to Washington because we were
Yeah,
going.
and then I was cut off from BSG for like 2
And
months.
aren't you glad we watched it together?
Yeah, and then now we're able to finish it. It's been great.
Anyways, so what did you? Because you watched Caprica, right?
Me?
Yes, Ian.
No, no. I was like me. I'm like no. I never. No, I tried. I'm like me. Oh God. I just apparently blew myself up because I didn't.
Oh, that's right. You never finished it.
I watched a couple episodes. I'm like I am not into this at all. Caprica.
You got to watch it. I mean, it's slow at first, but it's worth it for the last few episodes.
So Gorilla Jones says hi to Lenny.
Hi.
Did you guys watch The Plan and Blood and Chrome?
Watch Blood and Chrome. Yeah, enjoyed that one.
We haven't watched that. I mean, I watched it when it came out, but she hasn't watched it yet. But we did watch The Plan the other night.
Well, because Plan was that was what was it like the.
It's like the Cylon view.
Yeah.
And like how everything started and stuff. But Blood and Chrome we're gonna watch because I got it for Christmas.
Yeah, Blood and Chrome's pretty fun because it's like it's like prior war a little bit.
Yeah, it's not as deep for sure. It's more of an action-y. I mean, I know BSG has a lot of action.
Oh god.
It's just like a. The only thing I remember distinctly being put off by Blood and Chrome was shit. Yeah, we're just catching up to the part where you're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, I totally fucked that one up.
Is the sets like being like a lot of like CGI sets?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
So I can just imagine how that's going to look on an HD TV.
Oh yeah, probably now because it's been like
later.
it's been like 10 years, like you're saying. Yeah, so.
But we'll see. A lot of the BSG series effects held up pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good because they did that cool like a grain to it.
Yeah. And the Blu-rays have like a message about how like this is the way we intended it to look, like film grain.
Well, so what's funny is I bought my wife like the whole box set for Battlestar Galactica, and I ended up getting like this like European version of it. I'm like, God
that's
damn
what I
it!
got.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is not what I fucking ordered, but okay.
No, but that's actually the version you want to get because it's like a third of the price, and it still works.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was really weird because I ordered that, and I'm like, why did I get like the fucking PAL region?
No, it's not PAL region. It'll work.
Yeah, I mean it works. It works on all my DVD players except for like one of the discs doesn't work for some reason.
It might be damaged or something because it works fine. We got the same one because like the American version is like way more expensive.
Yeah, but I discovered that like one of my what is it like Blu-ray drives can do like VLC players, so I'm like, all right, installed that on there.
Oh, nice.
And it works fine.
Ethel said BSG has bad cinematography.
Really?
Unrelated, but I have to go pee.
Can
PAL is reason 0. Huh. Yeah, I apologize for my voice going out. I've had this weird cold like all week. So it's been like really interesting and my voice intermittently goes in and out. Phantasm? Hell yeah, man. Oh, is it Region 0? Okay. Green. Yeah, I should probably do that. I find I usually drink like orange juice. Usually helps, but like, man, yeah, Lamey's pretty nice. Let's see here. I can do a hack that. There we go. So let's hack this and have it blow up and make sure we get away from it this time. I never watched Laserdisc. Laserdiscs are pretty cool, actually. Like, I have Stargate on Laserdisc, and it's probably like one of the best versions of it because of the way the sound is done. But it's just weird. Okay. Let's back up from that. Let it blow up. We have to say this is a... Oh, God. Eh. Oh, my bats look great. I really need a crafting table to get some ammo, because holy crap, I got nothing. Oh, God. No. No. Eh. Oh, dear God. Oh, no. Hopefully it's at like a reasonable point. Okay, that's good. All right. But hope everyone's having a good night tonight so far. Yeah, this isn't like a typical stream, and I apologize for my voice going in and out, but yeah. Oh God, there's like 3 over there. Oh, jeez. I'd like to see a Laserdisc size Blu-ray. Oh God, I could probably store like a gig, like, God, over like what, terabytes of information on those? Oh God. So how do you even get? God, how do you even get past this? Okay, so if I go left, stick to the left, avoid the T800s. Oop, oop, oh God, no. Ah, shit.
You have to
Ah. No, welcome back. Oh, I heard Yael's mic turned back on, but then off immediately.
Yeah, sorry about that. It took a little while.
No
Made
worries.
drinks, got the dog a treat.
Let's see. They asked, "Are you friends with Top Hat Gaming Man?" Let's say we're more acquaintances.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're friends, and I'm sure he would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Say acquaintances at most.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked together in like one video, but we've talked briefly on Twitter about stuff. We're all CDI enthusiasts. I could say that, but yeah.
I shipped him like some CDI games that he had trouble burning once, and he was gonna send me some 3DO games because I had trouble burning them and he didn't, but I ended up figuring it out. But and he was the one that had offered to send me the stuff, so you know. Yeah, acquaintances.
Yeah, that's about all I could say. Yeah, I mean, nothing against the guy or anything like that. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. We just don't really. We've never seen each other.
Yeah, I mean, like it'd be fun to have him on a stream or something like that in the future. That'd be fun.
Yeah, like you, myself, Genovi, Stika, like we're like actually friends. Like we pretty much talk like every day at least a little message or whatever in our group chat. So.
Mm-hmm.
Milo Rodriguez says Merry Christmas.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, maybe it's Milo.
We know somebody named Milo. For a second, I was like, what is his last name? Quintero.
Let's see. Topic Game Man thinks M? What's that?
He does think M. It's true. I've heard he also thinks of other letters. I don't want to speak out of turn. But you can put letters. Not words, but letters. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I agree with him about the N64 being... I don't know if it is overrated. I think the consensus is the graphics don't hold up very well.
I think it's because all the gross-ass filters the N64 uses, but yeah.
Yeah. I there are some games that...
The controller, for sure, does not hold up over time. I can tell you that. Like, I find... If I'm going to be like in the right mood to use an N64, I got to get really hammered, and then I'm like right in the right mindset from when I was younger using it. But yeah,
yeah, and they also physically don't hold up very well. Those analog sticks, like the pivot ball, like breaks.
I mean, like pretty much all of mine are still pretty much original. But then again, I've always been I've been a weird kid in terms of like how I treated my stuff decently.
Yeah, they just don't hold up to a lot of abuse, I guess, is what I'm... I mean, it doesn't matter. A brand new, fully functional N64 controller is still hampered by being an N64 controller. So.
See, the Ethel Chip says N64 greatest of all time, graphics still hold up. Yeah, I'd say on a CRT, the graphics look fantastic.
I think some games look really good, like Quake. I think looks really good.
Oh yeah. I even think GoldenEye still looks good.
Yeah, especially, and this is gonna sound like I'm trying to make fun of it, but like if you're playing like multiplayer, because you're taking the corner of the screen, it really helps to hide maybe some stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jeremy. The plastic on plastic friction. But yeah, I mean, some games look okay, but I mean, I think the majority don't hold up that good. Just my personal preference.
No, I think I would love to take the time to actually like HDMI mod one. Oh god,
I think
voice.
PS1 games look awful too, but I thought that when the PS1 was out. But it's like that first generation of those like truly 3D consoles.
Yeah.
Like even when like we had our Atari VCS or whatever, and when I was a little kid in Puerto Rico, and even though like it was like the best graphics or whatever you get at home, you still knew it wasn't like good. You still knew people's shoulders didn't have sharp 90-degree edges.
Good stuff.
Is there a way to turn on subtitles in this game?
Probably. I should probably turn that on.
I mean, well, I'm sure people can just hear.
Yeah.
I have this stream muted.
I have it pretty quiet on my end, unfortunately. Let me see if I can turn that up. Hmm. God, where's my mouse?
Jeremy Dixon wrote, I prefer those sticks to true analog sticks, though. The design is flawed, but they don't have the drift issues of true analog sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Get out of here. I'm not going to like the N64. Get out, Jeremy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Ian, have you played Shenmue 3?
Is it out? It's out
Yeah.
on PS4, right?
I got an email for like a code to
None
review
of
it, but
Anyway, it was actually
like
Oh.
a review code. But I'm not gonna
everybody loved him.
do a review of it, so I don't feel right taking the code.
No, I haven't played it yet because I thought it was PS4 only right now.
No. I want to say it's on Steam as well.
His team was playing.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Huh.
I never understand why.
Let's see.
Was he a sports fan?
Yeah, Shenmue 3 on Steam. Yeah,
Wouldn't let anyone touch.
yeah, it's on Steam.
Oh, is it Shenmue 4 or 3? You mean? Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah. With
Shit,
the
I
November 19th release date.
I didn't realize that was out on PC. Fuck! I
Sorry.
would have played. I would.
So November 19th, 2020.
Really nice to have
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, my bad.
I was like shit there. I'm like shit. I thought it was only PS4. I was like, otherwise, I've been playing the fuck out of that. Sir Jimmy's already played the hell out of it.
Yeah, so that's really weird that it's not out on PC first. You know what? Like, I'm reading an article that says it released November of this year, though. I'm very confused. I thought it was out on PC. Let me just go to. Why don't I just go to Steam and see if they're like, yes, you can give us money for this. There it is, Shenmue 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna fill my drink up again.
Yeah, and it says release next year. So.
I'm gonna fill my drink up. Be right back.
It's not as good as Shenmue 1 and 2. Yeah, I saw some reviews on it that were like, I don't know, seemed like they liked a lot of things about it, but felt that it didn't live up to the original, but also took into the account that, you know, the original was groundbreaking, but like now there's so many games that can do a lot of what Shenmue did that it's not as novel and groundbreaking, so it's kind of just like another game, and I guess the story isn't quite as deep or satisfying. Wouldn't you say, babe, from your playthroughs of Shenmue 1 and 2?
Yeah, agreed.
I've never played Shenmue 1 and 2 all the way. Not all the way through, at least.
I'm just agreeing.
But the first stream that Ian and I did, he was streaming and he was playing Shenmue. Actually, I guess I'll wait for him to come back. But yeah, I don't remember why we ended up staying up to like 6 in the morning or something.
Kitty.
So that's how my girlfriend tells me to shut up. She just goes "Tss," and then calls me kitty.
Oh my god.
Our cat was definitely not scratching something. Anyways, so is it? Jeremy says, so is it a bad thing that I just drank damn near 1.5 liter of wine and I can't even say I got a buzz? Yeah, Jeremy, that's.
The thing is, you gotta switch up the liquors. You gotta go from like wine and then beer and then go to like hard liquor and then you'll feel like buzz.
Or maybe don't drink for a long time to build, because he should have felt something. I might take his toy aside because it seems like she's trying to use the.
I don't think he's gonna bother her while.
Yeah, mix. That's what Tex Nexus 7 says. Yeah, that's everyone knows that's a great strategy. You want to mix your wines with your liquors and beers.
Yeah, that's how you get a real buzz.
That's how I grew my penis. Jeremy's poor Ian. He doesn't know what's going on. Jeremy Dixon. Nah, I'm kidding. I got a pretty good buzz. That's a lot of work. All right, good. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I got Laney.
1.5, that's what, 2 bottles? Because I think a regular one is like 750 milliliters. Not that I would
What
know.
are we talking about? Yeah. What's up?
Wine. What size does wine come in? 750 milliliters.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I would say that I'm like 95%.
Nobody knows.
I mean, I'm sure, babe. You don't have to look it up. I know that's what it is. I was just trying to be modest.
Yeah, 750 milliliters.
So that's like 2 full bottles of wine.
So I guess even though you've never like looked for that on a bottle of wine, you've drank so many bottles that just
well, it
by
says
osmosis.
it on every bottle, like that you
No,
buy.
I've
It says it
purchased
on
them.
there. I don't know.
No need to get defensive.
It's not like it's unclear.
Just why is your fist clenched? Just unclench your fist, babe. So, Ian, do you? Well, I guess you don't know what the story of the game is, right? Because this is your first time playing it, and obviously you haven't like.
Well, I know the general story of Terminator pretty well, so I could give you a gist if you wanted.
Well, I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
But it's kind of like, I think the only difference in this game is like you're a random resistance fighter who like got picked up while you were visiting some people in like a different part of California or something like that.
The Wikipedia for it, which the Wikipedia is never wrong, as we all know, said that it was like a prequel to the original Terminator movie.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. I guess maybe you find Kyle Reese or something like that later on, perhaps?
Let me see. Thought it said it was a prequel.
Right, I mean, like, technically, I mean, anything set in the future in Terminator is a prequel.
Yeah, I guess.
So I guess depending on how you look at their timeline, which is incredibly convoluted.
No need to worry. I'm fine.
Who said I was worried? I've been thinking a lot about it, and if I can, I've decided to join the resistance. I'm more good there than here.
I'm glad to hear that.
I just hope you're better supplied over there than we are. Speaking of which, I see you've got those antibiotics administered. Good. Now I can call Ryan off. I asked him if he brought a shovel with him. He said that after Judgment Day, digging graves was one of the few things he actually got better at.
It's like the lost member of the Golden Girls.
Oh, I didn't know B. Arthur's in this game. All right.
Whatever, man. B. Arthur's badass.
What the hell?
Don't worry about it, Ian. 7 Beetle of Doom wrote, "What's wrong with her face? She looks like a Mass Effect Andromeda character." Yeah, the faces in this game, they look very early Xbox 360, early PS3-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it, Ian. You use Windows.
It's kind of neat. They have this like interesting. What would you call it?
Like a tree.
Yeah, like the combat tree thing.
Flow chart almost.
Yeah.
Hierarchy.
Yeah, like a hierarchy. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's one of the. It's a very like clean UI for their stuff.
Yeah, it's shockingly good for the people who made Shark Explorer 2 or whatever on iOS.
Hey, I think they also made like Kitty Cat 101 or something. Oh, 101 kitty pets. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
And bunny pets. And pony pets, depending on what you're into.
Hey, don't burn through all these gems.
Don't burn through these wonderful jokes here.
Yeah. Did I tell you that they're like a Polish developer?
Oh, really?
Do
Do you have anything more to expand on that?
In 2011, they became one of the few Western companies to get a license from Nintendo to publish games in Japan. Why is Nintendo trusting them?
Like, you guys made...
It's because of all their history.
They're like, hey, you guys made Shark Pet Explorer 2. That was some next level shit right there.
Yeah, these...
You made Ball Fighter, okay?
But they also made...
That's nothing you can compete with.
They also made a game called Heavy Fire Afghanistan.
Wait, they did?
Yes.
What is that? What is that game about? Holy shit!
Honestly, the screenshot looks like a FPS Call of Duty type shooter, but it was on WiiWare.
Oh, what?
And the Nintendo 3DS.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta look this up. Hang on.
Anyways, it's a special. Wait.
Call Afghanistan Heavy Fire.
It's set in Somalia, where players join an elite special force fighting against terrorists.
What the hell? What is this game? That looks... It's like a light gun game for the Wii, isn't it?
I don't think it's a light gun game. Because like the DS, the 3DS has like that weird free-floating, almost like analog
that's
control.
An arcade shooter. It
Well,
was
it's an
also
arcade style
released
shooter.
for PlayStation 3.
So it is
Windows.
a shooter. It's an on-rail shooter. But it's on the 3DS, so it's got to be using that like weird floaty analog thing.
Yeah, that is really odd.
Oh my god, it came out on PC as well. No, wait, yeah, it did, and PS3. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like they did like different DLC. Anyway, who cares about this? I almost want to like make a video about this company and just be like, hey, here's a company you never heard of that made a bunch of games. I'm sure that they're very profitable. I mean, they've been around forever.
Cat Frenzy.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure some of these like pet games are like reskins.
Groove Heaven. Like, nothing but fire coming from this company.
Okay, so let's talk about this guy's bandana thing. The cloth only moves at the very bottom of it. Like up above, like from his chin up. Before that, it doesn't move. Oh, like these corners they chose to cut so weird.
Aaron wants to join me. What about you?
I hope so too.
Me? No. I still have hope I'll get that bus running again.
This guy, come on.
Stiff cheeks.
His forehead doesn't move either.
They call him stiff cheeks.
Patrick, get back here.
You better go see what's going on.
Is everything all right?
Their eyes are just like, ah.
I just decided that he wants to be a scavenger.
Oh, he's wearing the
Now, even though I'm
Watchmen
worried sick, you'll get stuck. Get
but
back
I
here
guess that's
right
what somebody
now, Patrick.
brought up the Watchmen earlier.
I still have
Old Boy said this game was made in 9 months.
Wow, really?
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Right, get back here. It's
Yeah, I mean, like, this game, honestly, there's not much I'm complaining about with it, to be honest. It's kind of a fun FPS.
No, honestly, it's really not bad. I mean, like the things like I've been picking out, it's like, who cares if you can't?
I mean,
like,
it's really like
chairs.
Like a lot of shooters from this decade are guilty of that. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, as long as it has like a good narrative, which it seems like it's okay. I mean, sure, this kid looks like his skin is made out of. I don't even know.
Skins made out of some weird plastic material.
Beige painted Reynolds wrap. I don't know.
That's funny. no, I didn't think. Honestly, I didn't think I'd like this game this much. It's kind of cool.
Do you want to leave the area? We're not going to animate the fence opening. We're just going to fade.
Got to save those resources somewhere else.
Yeah. We don't have that kind of RAM management.
God, you ever play Birth of Federation?
No, but I can tell you're getting drunk if you're asking me that, because you always ask me that when you.
No, I think I do. But like, but you talk about RAM management. But the funny thing about that game was like this fantastic Star Trek strategy game, turn-based. But like they had a really horrible memory leak in that game.
Oh.
So like back in the day, like you'd hit end turn on that game, and you'd have to wait like half an hour for it to process.
But you can't like risk turning it off, right?
No, you can't stop it, otherwise you lose all your progress.
Sucks.
And
Did you ever play Star Trek: A Final Unity?
That was the like adventure game, right?
Yeah, like the point-and-click adventure game with like
Yeah.
G-Cast. I did like voiceovers for it.
I think I played a little bit of that one.
Dude, you need to finish that game. It's like a TNG movie, basically.
Yeah, so like you had Final Unity, and then you had like Borg, and then another one, right?
Yeah, Borg. I played. I have.
Yeah, because I think because Final Unity, was that the one that came in the PC box with the like the comm badge?
I don't remember it having a combat, but it did come in like a big.
Yeah, a big like a it was actually like a plastic case, right?
I know. I think it was a cardboard case.
Okay.
It had, like this holographic stuff.
Okay.
Jeremy Dixon said Final Unity is one of the games I've been trying to get us to stream. I don't know if it makes a good streaming game though.
That'd be good just to like sit there and bullshit with each other while playing that.
Well, because it's very story heavy, and you have to like pay attention to like which planet and what system to go to, and there's like little clues that help you solve puzzles. So, and it's not a 100% linear, so you can kind of like do some of it in like the orders that you want, but you need to kind of like know where you're going and why.
Yeah, it's
We didn't know it was a machine. It could walk, talk.
what was the one for DS9? It wasn't Final Unity, but it was a different one, right?
There's a PC. I mean, there were like the 16-bit games on Genesis and Super Nintendo, but there's a PC game I haven't played. It's called Fallen something.
Well, they're like The Fallen is like a third-person shooter game for DS9, but there was also like an adventure game for DS9.
I think the Avenger games then must have been the 16-bit ones.
Well, no, because you had because there was like another one. It was like a bunch of like 3D graphics and like third-person shooter game. But
let's see, Space 9. Was it a PC game?
Oh, it's PC, yeah.
Yeah, the Fallen Harbinger.
Yeah, because the Fallen was like the shooter game.
I thought Harbinger was the.
But there was I swear to God, there was a. For DS9, there was the.
Oh yeah, there is an adventure game called Deep Space Nine Harbinger. I'm watching a play.
Okay, yeah. But sorry,
it could definitely run on the CDI.
Sorry, Jones is like Napoleon, villain or progressive genius. Napoleon's a complex character. Progressive for France, villain for everyone else. God, my voice sucks right now.
Yeah, drink some tea, Ian.
Yeah, right?
Lay off the
Jeez.
sauce. Or just make like a hot toddy with like some honey in it.
Oh, God, that'd be
It'd
nice.
real good.
If I had honey, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, Jeremy's right. Crossroads is
Crossroads with the SNES and Genesis 1, yeah.
The music is awful. I remember the music, just awful music.
Oh, there we go. God, I freaking love the sound effects in this right now, though, with the plasma rifle. Freaking great.
I'll take your word for it. We're not reading it. This isn't 101 Seal Pets. So, the audio.
You know?
Made by the same company.
No one's mentioned Hitler or Stalin yet this stream. We're doing pretty good, Gorilla Jones.
Oh, that's because Jimmy Hop is not here.
Yeah, Jimmy's not here to.
I love that they're using like a 3.5-inch diskette for the save game things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that a game in 2020 is still doing that. I mean, 29. Well, practically 2020.
Those gas canisters! More drones!
You with that AK! Take care of them! On it!
So the metal ones with no skin, those are the T1000s, right? Or
T800's the thing.
Schwarzenegger's a T1000.
Yeah, yeah.
Or was that Robert Patrick?
The T1000, was that the liquid metal one? T1000?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, you're a scavenger, aren't you? Find some!
Did you ever watch that Joss Whedon? I think it was a Joss Whedon show, Terminator show. It was like a Terminator TV show.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Maybe it wasn't Joss Whedon, but it had the that woman from Firefly. She wasn't a girl, but they kind of acted like she was like a little girl or something, like the one with like the powers or abilities or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. How the hell do I drop something to like put the shit in here?
Just press all the
Yeah, the
buttons.
Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah. Can I drop this shitty Uzi?
Come on, Ian. Dreamcast guy could have.
you could have 1080p this.
He could have figured this out 1080 pixels ago.
Hey, so have you guys heard of like those money making schemes where you like create a website that has like really popular web address or whatever, and then you can sell like each pixel of the screen?
Oh,
for,
I've
like,
heard
a
I've heard
price?
about those.
Yeah. There's people making like tons of money from there. It's crazy. I was like, I need to find a website that isn't taken yet and just like go that route. And
www.buypixels.com.
yeah. Figure something out. Yeah, I mean, I haven't checked that website, but
More Terminators!
good place to start for sure.
I count 3!
Gorilla said that this looks awesome for a Dreamcast game. I will say their water reflections are really good. And they fucking knew it because there's like puddles of water everywhere in this game. It's probably a good way to distract you from like other things that don't look as good. Where did these fucking people come from?
Yeah.
More incoming!
Her name is Jin.
Polyshore.com.
It's too bad you didn't pick up any of those school chairs. You could.
Oh
use that
god,
as a
yeah.
shield.
That'd be could break the game. How effective that would be.
Let's keep moving!
Almost there!
You know, it's funny. These T800s move pretty slowly, but like the Boston Dynamics robots right now can run.
You know, I feel like if Skynet had waited like a couple of years to start the war, they'd have really good robots. But like this, they waited; they had to figure it out themselves.
Right. And I guess like they're just like
Oh,
slow
God.
and steady wins the race, boys.
Oh yeah.
So the gun that you're using, is this like a real gun?
It's a plasma rifle, so it's like a made up one. Yeah. What is that?
You guys don't have energy weapons?
Yeah.
The military.
Yeah, we have plasma rifles in the army right now. Yes, we don't tell you plebs about it. Just to let you know.
There's just an IV directly connected to it, and that's how it works.
Oh yeah. It's blood plasma, not energy
Yeah,
plasma.
it's not energy plasma, blood plasma.
blood plasma.
That's why it's red.
That's the secret. It coagulates really fast. Don't worry about it.
But when you're done, you're real tired, and the army has to bring you a cookie.
I thought there was a cookie already attached to the weapon.
No,
You guys are behind the time.
It's they have just some cutbacks. You have to get your cookie if you survive. Your can of Coke is your medal.
No automatic cookie. That dispenser's been disabled.
This was an ambush. They knew we were coming.
They knew we were coming.
I don't think I've ever heard the phrase "wet on."
They must have eavesdropped on our conversation. We're on their radar now.
EA's different
God damn it, they were waiting.
Yeah, that's new.
Take positions. I got this. Leaving already?
Oh, Sutter Home, yeah. I've had that. Sometimes it is pretty decent. Yeah, I remember it being a little hit or miss, but man, sometimes it's like really good and smooth.
I like their sangria. I think that it's like really decent and it's super cheap. But I think if I'm gonna go that cheap, I would rather just like Trader Joe's wine it.
Real fancy Northwestian here. Just gotta go to Trader Joe's, get their wine.
Everyone likes Trader Joe's wine.
They just kind of left me to die in there. I was like, well, whoops.
Watch out!
Take cover!
Oh, your fellow humans.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, you guys didn't even tell me you were leaving. All right, cool.
Maybe they're the
We need
machines.
to help him. He's dead.
Their souls.
You want to help
White
someone?
Merlot.
Help yourself.
Yeah, you know, I'm not really into white wines. I like
Look at these
like
big
the
set
reds,
pieces.
but
Yeah.
occasionally like a nice bubbly white is good.
More of them up here!
I am shocked that they like bothered with that like bridge falling down thing.
What's funny is last stream I was doing a freaking T2 arcade and just kind of continuing that Terminator thing.
Hmm.
So just kind of keep going.
And it looks like this game's like getting a little tough.
Yeah, it's getting kind of hard now, like, because I have your standard ammo doesn't work on the T800, so it's kind of like you're shooting like nothing. I'm gonna drink some more before I engage this next time. So one sec.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the alcohol intake is probably helping.
It's made the game a little harder, so that's kind of fun. Oh man. So how are you liking Seattle so far?
So far so good.
Oh shit! I can blow through the Jersey barrier.
It's getting cold now, but
Yeah, I mean, like you've never really done that before, right? Like you've been in Florida like what, Caribbean / Florida most of your life.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
So
this
I mean,
is-
it gets cold in Florida though. I mean, it gets into 50s and 40s and
Oh,
occasionally
that's-
30s, but not as many like consecutive days here. And the thing is, like, you might wake up and it's like 45 degrees, and it is in Florida. It's 45 degrees, and then by the time like noon comes around, it's already like 72 or something, which is like really weird. Like you'll like leave the house with like a big thick jacket, and then like by the time you go to lunch, you're like hot. Jeremy, what's forks? Ian, why are you pointing at that man's crotch? What's happening?
It's time to shoot people in the dick.
Is this
man.
why your wife doesn't want to come to these streams?
No, my wife is a very private person, so she just doesn't like being online. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, honestly, we don't go to Seattle that much because we live like just east of Seattle. And it's kind of like not worth
It's like
The
15,
trip.
20 minutes depending on traffic.
because there's no parking out there. It's terrible.
Yeah, like I mean, like we've gone out there to like eat or like a special thing. Like I went out there for like a work function the other day, and for like PAX, we went out there. We ended up Ubering out there. but 'cause there's no parking.
Yeah, I haven't been to PAX since like 2014.
Yeah, it was my first time, probably my last time. I was a little disappointed.
It honestly, like, it had gone downhill like the couple times I'd went, like from like 2012 to 14. Like, they had dramatically decreased the amount of stuff like I wanted to do. It was kind of sucked.
Well, it's just like everything, like all the lines were really, really long. And, you know, it's obviously catered more for like industry stuff. Like, I'm kind of surprised they even like have the public go, to be honest. It just didn't feel like, I don't know, very fun. There's no panels or anything really, you know. It's
Well, they used to have tons of panels when I went.
It's
don't
just
think
like
they
a
had
lot of
any.
shopping, basically. Like a lot of
no,
shopping.
then not even, because it took us a while to get to that one floor that had like some of the stuff.
Well, it was that one floor, but that entire floor had like a ton of shit.
But PRG is like the whole thing is basically like half of it's like shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, DFW airport's fine for like. I mean, I've only been there like on layovers.
I thought PAX was fun, but again, we drank the whole time, so my opinion was kind of jaded.
We just kept going into it. We were like, there has to be alcohol. We spent like the first like hour like trying to like figure out, like, there has to be something. There's like one beer garden bar or whatever.
Yeah.
Like right near the entrance, it's like beer. It's like real hidden.
It's like real tiny. We're like, hey, is there any place? And finally, security is like, yeah, go to this tiny little bar that's like totally packed with a ton
It was
of
pretty
people.
cool though. All the cool.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that bad.
I guess
Everybody was
on,
pretty
like,
cool.
the time.
It was
cool.
it was full, but it wasn't like you can't walk around.
Yeah.
Like we took up the last spot in that like table basically.
Mm-hmm. Totally. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It's nice. And then after that, I think we like went and like actually drank at the bar a couple of times, like after the event was over. But it was nice.
But like they had like a Link's Awakening there, and like the line to play it was like 3 hours.
Oh, apparently I jumped too hard and killed myself. You'll see it here in a sec.
It happens with old age sometimes.
Yeah. I'm like, oh god, I got out of bed too fast.
I mean, in real life, yeah, that's a pretty big jump. But video game jump, I mean, was your health or something?
No, I didn't think so.
But yeah, we should get with Genovi and plan like some kind of mid-year. Now that we all live somewhat close.
Yeah, the same coastline at least. But yeah.
Yeah. Something before PRG or in between or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome here, or we can like meet over there, whatever works for everybody. I think you guys have kiddos though, so I think it's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Barca can babysit, right?
Yeah, she can watch.
She's 9 years old.
She can watch my daughter. She's fine. She, sure, she's got the intelligence of a toddler as well. So, oh man, I hate it when my voice goes out like this. I hate it.
Sorry, the alcohol will soothingly coat your throat.
That's what I thought, at least, but it's not working the way I want it to. It's kind of annoying.
Too much time engraving wood, man. Those little like wood chips are flying into
Yeah,
your
it's
lungs.
it's that black lung from like all the pictures of you I had burned onto wood.
We go to his house. He has like 6 hanging up.
Yeah, I'm like, these are fine
Go
art.
to that bathroom.
They're actually on the wall of my office right now. Like I have the one of y'all drinking wine next to the CBI. That's pretty great.
I will say, PRG is probably the best gaming convention I've been to. I haven't been to a bad one actually, but definitely the most to do. The most people, like even when we were just walking around, occasionally we'd like see random people from Twitter or YouTube or whatever.
Sorry about that.
Are you gonna go to the Star Trek convention, Ian?
Oh, the one in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
I've been trying to I've been trying to justify that one, but I find like the amount of money required to stay in Las Vegas for that is just really high.
Yeah.
But
That's what we
it's something I want to do though. But yeah.
That's why we just got to go together, man.
Well, if your wife
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to go, I probably won't go to the convention itself because it's not like something I'm super into and like can justify it for the money that it costs to actually
Yeah.
get in there. But yeah, if like you and your wife want to go, we could totally like hang out and go shopping or something.
Yeah, she probably loved that. Yeah.
The same amount of
But
cash shopping
but
that we
Janelle-
would in the convention.
But Janelle's into Star Trek, right?
She likes Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, either way.
Lainey hasn't given it a chance, but I'm not pushing it on her because I'm like, I don't know, might go over your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
Where's my husband? They're dead.
Star Trek, you gotta like kind of like wait a while for it to build up.
For the payoff.
Yeah, you gotta get into it. Yeah.
It's hard to explain because it's so different from like the way modern TV shows are. DS9 not so much,
Like I
but
said, Egghead. He supplies all TechCom units with weapon modifications.
Everything looks well.
some of these NPCs aren't even moving.
Everyone pulls their weight.
Oh my
Someone doesn't.
Some of them aren't even animated like this.
You can probably
Okay, that guy moved at the very end. He's got one animation.
His neck moves.
But yeah, there was like one of the guys like by the drum oil was on fire. He didn't move until you got like right next to him, and then he like turned his head at you. And so the rest of his body stayed still.
Is that like the actress from freaking Battlestar Galactica?
6?
Yeah, she looks kind of like Six.
I don't
Yeah.
like her. I don't
Kind of
think
like her. Yeah. Kind of like her.
Does it sound like her?
It doesn't sound like her at all, but it kind of looks like her though.
I can see kind of like with the eyes.
Yeah, it's the eyes. I think.
Oh yeah, the eyes I can see. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
infiltrator
I think that's maybe the eyebrows a bit.
marked for termination.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna.
And that brings me to my second.
Yeah, six with Jay Leno.
But all right, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it because my voice is just done.
You to go there and collect some intel.
All right. So you guys have a fantastic evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out as long as you have, for sure.
Check with Alvin before.
But yeah.
He'll have
Tattoos. All right, bye guys.
I can get my mouse over to the cursor here. But, I don't know if I use the actual mouse that was plugged in, but yeah. All right, I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out. Sorry, my voice has gone out entirely. But thank you guys for hanging out. All right, bye.
Night, Ian.